Oh, this is a banger.
Oh yeah, I'm more of a Modern Warfare 3 guy, but
I can respect
Black Ops
that.
1 is like number 2, definitely. Black Ops 1, I'm more fond of Black Ops 1 than Black Ops 2 or
I
Modern
love
Warfare 2.
Black Ops 1, dude. It is the best game.
Honestly, yeah, like, the campaign is just so fucking good.
Oh, I played that dozens of times.
Oh yeah, I played on the 360 just to experience the nostalgia. Like, not even last summer, yeah.
Hello,
It was
ladies and
fun.
gentlemen. Welcome to episode 2 of the First Person Creator Showcase podcast. I'm with a very special guest today. I'm with one of the most underrated, just insane Apex aimers I've ever seen in my life. Everyone, welcome, Bruhskey.
Hello? Oh, that's too nice. Come on.
Nah,
I'm the Canadian here.
I've got to respect the goats. I've got to respect the goats.
Aw. Well, you're the most charming man I've ever seen. So,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
I like to be friendly. I like to build up people because I've been given so much. I'm giving back, baby. All right,
Now, this right here is a gentleman, guys.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
All right. Again, apologies if the cadence and flow is a little bit not all there. This is only episode 2. I'm still learning, so please forgive me. Give me some leniency. Much appreciated. But so we've got some topics here we want to talk about. This is gonna be an absolute banger episode, everyone. If you're into Apex and you want to get better, this is the man to listen to because he knows what he's talking about. It's just it's so good. He's so good. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, wow.
I'm gassing you up, buddy. That's the whole point of this episode. I'm gassing you the fuck up.
Well, I haven't put in blockade on my ego, but I'll let it loose, I guess. Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
As I said, open mic. So, buddy,
Okay.
tell me about yourself. What do you do in and out of game?
All right. Well, that's very funny because I don't have the answer myself because I don't think there is anything. I mean, I have school to worry about the most. My biggest goal, I guess, is to become a computer engineer, which requires a lot of studying, hard work, and stuff like that. But I've been kind of like really liking the online scene, and especially with recent Twitch blow-ups and Twitch just in general becoming like a source of income. I've been thinking about it as no longer just a hobby, but a way to make a livelihood, inspire others, and motivate, especially motivate, because I've seen so many people just absolutely own kids. Just own kids back in the days, right? Like pro players and stuff like that. And the motivation I get from watching those people made me want to do this. And so if I'm able to do that to other people, then I do, like, I'll reach my goal, right? That's like the epitome. Just become someone others want to be motivated by, become a leading figure. And that's what I'm working really, really hard on. But I think the ways I've been approaching it are kind of wrong. And I'm kind of restructuring the way I'm going to start looking at content creation and stuff like that.
Well, you've already got the motivation down, Pat, because I watch your clips almost daily because you post very often on Twitter. And the other day I reinstalled Apex, gave it a go, got absolutely piss shit farted cummed on, but I got a clip out of it and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah?
It was an aim assist disaster, of course, but we were going in the pre-show today. I showed him a little clip. I got like a little tracking clip with a vault, did a little run around, came up and finished someone with a wingman. It wasn't great, but hey, I had fun. Crazy, right? I had fun playing a video game.
Wow. Oh my God.
That's insane. Speaking of having fun playing video games, I actually streamed last night. I played Rebirth for 40 minutes and then I rage quit my stream. Came back half an hour later, played Battlefield for 4 hours because it's fun.
I think that's a world record. Playing that game for more than 40 minutes. I think that's a world record.
I mean, Battlefield or Rebirth?
Rebirth.
Oh
Just
yeah, my
being able to
PR
play
was
for
like
that long.
30 minutes.
Yes, let's go.
Oh shit, accidentally closed
Breaking
the
records.
So, Bruhskey doesn't have a face cam, but that's okay because I'm gonna just have one of his videos playing on mute. So anyone who's watching this on YouTube or who's here live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Aussiemenace, you can actually see that. But don't get too distracted because I probably will, because it's insane. The first video I'll show actually is his 20 kill 4k damage game, which is
Yep.
That's one thing I'd like to talk about. I don't know how people do that, because I swear I don't even see 20 people on the map in total when I play Apex. What the hell?
Oh yeah. So that was my first 20 kill game ever. Right, that right there was after 6 months of playing the game. That was my biggest moment, my absolute just greatest moment I've ever had. I was flabbergasted. I was like, oh my god, I just did it after trying for so long. And that was one of the games where I tried something different. That was one of the games where I followed someone's advice about how to get a 20 kill game. So you see all these people trying to go for consistent 20 kill games, but they do that by doing the same thing as other people do. Like, you watch some Fade, you see him in a zip building, he's getting 16 kill, 20 kill, 25 kill, 24
building.
kill. Yeah. It's just wow. Well, but those players, they're not going there on purpose every single time in hopes of getting the 20 kill game. They're looking at where other people are dropping. They're looking at how many people are in the lobby before it starts. They're also looking at what gun to drop on. If you're unlucky and you find yourself with fists after looting 16 pills,
He's just like
on
me
zip
for real.
then everybody would have died. It only makes sense. But yeah, following people's footsteps step by step will not get you to 20 kill unless you are absolutely absurdly lucky. And this is the advice I got for someone else, is to drop where the majority of people are dropping. Now this will only work if the dropship is going in specific locations, because the way the map flows, it will follow. It will kind of everybody will follow the same trajectory without fighting each other. It's kind of hard to explain. But when the dropship is directly over Tilted Towers, Fragment East.
Sorry?
You will most likely end up with 2 kills, 3 kills, and get out of there. Unless you're one of the crackheads like Fade and stuff like that, who can take every single fight, make the enemies focus onto you, and be the one that comes out with kills on top. But yeah, those lobbies where everybody drops in the same building are definitely not the ones you can get 20 kills in, unless you're absolutely cracked, or you get blessed with the sub-level 20 SVMM, which is one of the rarest things you can do on Apex Legends. And you're just shitting on gamer dads there, so it's not really that impressive. But hey, it's 20 kill game, 20 kill badge looks pretty nice.
So it's a very hard flex, honestly.
Indeed.
I'm not sure how the SPMM is over there, like how lenient it is, because you're in Canada, so that region's fairly dense, because you get NA servers a lot as well.
Yeah.
But in OCE, you're either good or you're bad. So you're in the Gamer Dad lobby, or you're in the Apex Predator Master lobby, which was what I fell into. I wasn't even that good. When I was playing Apex a lot, when it was my main game, I got to Plat 3, and then every death was to Predators and Masters, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. It did my head in, but I need to follow your advice, because you just said don't drop fragment, whatever it is, Tilted Towers. I just drop there all the time, chasing kills. It's if people get 20 kills, obviously they drop here and kill everyone, and then I would land on a P2020 and I'd be dead. So, but I never learned from my experience. I was just a greedy little chimp. It never worked out.
It's a little common misconception that people have. It's like you drop here because other people drop here, but you don't understand their thought process. And without understanding their thought process, they're not gonna do the same as them. Unfortunately, you're most likely not gonna end up in those situations. But the people who get those 20 kill games like Fade and stuff like that, Lyric, all those absolutely cracked gamers, they know how to handle and how to adapt to changing environments. I mean, the best way to get a 20 kill game after the vending has dropped, I've heard people say, is to leave the game or just straight up run. You sprint for other spots, but doing that without having a plan, like planning where you're gonna find cover if you lose your armor, to an unexpected camper sitting on a roof, or some corner crouched like loser who doesn't even have his controller plugged in, or sorry, in his hand. He's just using like the vibration of the desk when he gets hit, just starts killing you by accident, just like that. He's just getting a free kill.
Now
And
that you mentioned controller, do you want to get into that? Are we ready for that?
Yes, I am. But it's gonna be very heated. So if there's any controller players in the chat, please leave. I will say some very mean things to you.
Okay, first of all, here's my little take. I believe aim assist should absolutely exist, and controller players, this is not a direct attack towards you, at least from my end. This is about the overwhelming strength of aim assist. So if you want to play controller, that's great. I encourage that. Go ahead. If that's what you like to do, that's fine. That's more than fine. I can respect that. You don't have to be a keyboard and mouse player to be a gamer. But there are issues that come along with playing on a controller. And my good buddy here, Bruhskey, is going to rip into that. So just be forewarned.
Yes, please. What I really want to get into first is we have our whole arms. I mean, this is gonna be funny. It's gonna be comedic. It's not gonna be serious. I'll be getting into serious later. But no, like the number one argument against controller or against mouse and keyboard players when they say that aim assist is overpowered is that we can use our whole arms. We have the ability to just have just more control or fine movements and shoot from longer ranges. And that's like half the time an argument that most mouse and keyboard players can't refute because they don't really know much. I'm saying most like casuals, right? I'm not saying those who know what they're doing, but it's an entirely wrong argument for a game like Apex Legends. You're not gonna the chances are you're not gonna fight someone at 300 meters plus. You're not gonna get jitter aimed because you're standing in the open in MMR like Masters and Pred. You're not gonna find situations like that. Maybe once, like upon a time that happens where someone's just standing still perfectly and we're able to jitter aim you from long range, but that's not constant. What is constant though is us engaging you in a close range, full armor, full health, better weapons, and you with a gray mag R99 full headshots, just one mags you, and you lose your shit. And it makes sense because they have aim assist. Like, they're not the ones that are manipulating the input. When they get flinch, they get compensation for that. And muzzle flash, screen debris, all that stuff doesn't exist because aim assist powers through that. It doesn't count visual objects and stuff like that as something that blocks your aim assist from functioning. It will always lock on through that. Smokes and stuff like that are the only things in the game that manage to somehow block aim assist, but it's only 75% of the time. There's still bugs in the games. It's undeveloped. So the whole argument that smoke is the best way to counter aim assist also doesn't really work. Oh, sorry, I jumped two topics. I jumped two topics.
As I said, there's no exact rules, no topics, just tangents. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but basically, we enter a close range fight with you. You're out here on the sticks, 3-3, by the way, 3-3, right? You have 6 hours of playtime per week, and you're grinding ranked with 3 of your buddies, or 2 of your buddies, sorry. And you're just gaming there, right? You don't really care. You just want to get your master's badge for the first time. I don't blame you. I don't mind you, right? You're doing your own thing. You're on console. We don't really mind, right? You're trying to play and trying to enjoy the game. But we who play the game hours and hours, tens of hours a week, absolutely sweat our balls off, try to get as much high scores as possible in like aim and stuff like that. We get shit on by someone like you who plays it casually. And it's not fair. It's just not fair. Because we will never just be as consistent as you, who gets assistance from things like aim assist and yeah, it's just not fair. We're not able to compete sometimes, especially in close range, right? With wingmans, we're gonna lose 90% of the time. And movement doesn't cover open spaces. We push you 1v3, right? You're on the wingman on controller, and we push you in the open. We are dead. We are cooked. There is just no way we survive, unless by chance We have a Pathfinder who's able to get over your head and shoot you from behind while you're taking 65 years to turn around. We're not going to win that. Because you're able to just perfectly not whiff a single shot, double, triple headshot us, with a gun that takes sub 150 MS to kill if you're not wearing blue helmet or above. So it's just not fair. We're gonna lose, and that's really what I don't like, is that this is happening in comp. Now I said those people play 6 hours a week, right? They're casuals. They don't really care that much. Like they're just here to rank up. They want their master's badge. They're playing with buddies, but people who have that advantage, that insane close range advantage, where they can one mag you, shit on you, destroy you with a wingman. You're not able to do anything, right? Even if you full headshot, they won't have flinch, so they'll full headshot even more. And all it takes is them to press their trigger. They don't even have to move their right stick. They don't even have to aim. They just have to just hold their trigger down, both triggers down, and that's it. You're dead, right? Imagine those people learn how to properly use that mechanism. That 0.4 aim assist. The holding angles, waiting for people to peek in. You are dead. You have no chance. You're not able to stand up. You will go to the floor. You're going to stay there and back to the lobby. You're not able to do anything against that. And that's exactly what's happening in the pro scene for close range engagements. And that's exactly why people like Hall, all those guys are starting to switch, become hybrid with mouse and keyboard and controller, because it's got such an insane advantage. Such an insane advantage. And as controller technology moves on, higher polling rates, higher dead zones, you're able to finely control, right? That adds a little bit of skill gap to something that's already absolutely busted. People will be able to master aim assist, master ways to just completely overwhelm you, and you have no chance, literally no chance against that. And this is not to mention people who use strike backs, Chronos Zens, Chronos Maxes, which are undetectable. It's just not detectable. Fortnite's trying to ban players who use stuff like that with like hardware ID, but most games are not going to do that, because I'm not even going to lie, and it's not a wild number to say that 40% or above players in the top brackets of MMRs per games who play on controller have that shit.
It's so disgusting.
It's I'm not kidding. It's not a lie. It's not an absurd number. It's probably low, actually higher than what I said. My number is probably lower than that. So
you're absolutely spot on too. Like I can just walk, like it never will because controller grows. I can just walk into a JB Hi-Fi or a EB Games and buy a strike pack, and then I can probably become master in Apex. That's not competitive.
No, no integrity.
Shit. Like okay, I consider myself. I've said this last podcast as well. I'm pretty good on mouse and keyboard. I'm definitely not Bruhskey good, but I'm pretty good. Like I'm maybe top 5% on mouse and keyboard. But this is gonna make me so fucking mad. It's going back to this. When I was streaming Apex, I was having fun one night playing with my friends. Had a couple drinks, so I was a little bit woozy. But we were playing arenas, enjoying ourselves, having fun. And then I wasn't doing the greatest. I mean, it was going alright. I was having fun. I was like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna try controller. It took me 2 games to not master, but to figure out how to abuse aim assist. And I was doing way better than I ever could on keyboard and mouse.
Really?
It was so gross. 2 games. 2 games, and I figured out rotational. I was like, oh, if I do this in this way, if I strafe left and right, well, it just came to me. 2 games. I was like, oh, this is busted. No recoil, hitting on my shots. I hated it. It made me upset. It genuinely pissed me off because it's an insult. Because I enjoy playing keyboard and mouse because it's rewarding, right? It's a lot more intuitive. It's more mechanical. It's more gratifying to get a kill, to do well on keyboard and mouse, right? Playing with controller and then just holding fucking R2, L2, and then not moving my right thumb and just abusing rotational with my left. That's not intuitive. That's not fun. Getting a kill with that's like, oh, the game did it for me. So I don't. Okay, again, if you want to play controller, that's fine. I understand that. That's cool. You do you. But I do not enjoy that. It does not reward me at all.
Yeah.
So like, why would the problem is playing ranked is for someone who's okay, pretty good on keyboard and mouse like me. So there's me and there's Bruhskey. So Bruhskey can go and play ranked and do insane. I can't. So I'm hard stuck because I refuse to abuse a broken system. It shouldn't be how it works. It shouldn't be how it works.
It's sad.
You're gonna get me heated.
Yeah, I mean, the only solution that I can think of is disabling crossplay, right? The biggest problem is console players, because they are the people that represent the majority, I'd say 90% of the casual community.
Oh yeah.
They are the people with the most broken technology. They are the people who don't care about the game 1% that you do. They don't have as much drive. They're just there to play for fun. Because if they had that drive, they would not buy a console. They would spend their time working like we did, build up their PCs, a console, a setup, and all of that, because they really care about it, right? But if you're on console, chances are you picked up this game because it's free on the Play Store, and you're just there to fuck around, have fun, at the expense of other people's funds. But you probably don't realize that.
You're gonna play range for 6 hours, then you're gonna hop on fucking Forza Horizon 5 for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's not even a stretch. I know a couple of people who do that. And yeah, the only fix is disabling crossplay, and a controller on PC will still be an issue, which unfortunately cannot be fixed, right? Lowering the aim assist to 0.2 instead of 0.4 for controller on PC is an idea. It's been plopped out there, but it's been tested on R5 Apex, and it's unfortunately too weak to compete with mouse and keyboard. It's not strong enough. You're not gonna win because flinch will actually work against you now, and you're gonna have to pull down mid fights, and so we end up having the advantage. And yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But there's just no way to balance controller and mouse and keyboard in the same ranked and competitive atmosphere. It's just not gonna happen because they're so different apart that it's just not possible.
Yeah, it's just completely the same with Call of Duty. Like, it will never be balanced. You can't balance it.
Yeah, it's not possible. The only balancing methods I see is technology improving so much with consoles that the aim assist gets nerfed down the line, because console players can use their mouse and keyboards on their laps or something like that, which is probably like, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. I just don't see that happening.
If you have a mouse and keyboard, you're never gonna do it on a fucking console. There's a reason why it behaves just poorly on console, because Microsoft and Sony do the bare minimum to allow the input. Like, I played the Modern Warfare 2 beta on keyboard and mouse on my PS5. That was disgusting. Oh my god, it was like acceleration aiming, but not. It was so weird. I hated it. But Modern Warfare 2, I hate anyway. That was a disaster. But I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, the mouse input on keyboard and mouse on PC was just I bet it just felt like shit. Yeah. Yeah.
But I will admit, I do have some great memories on Apex on console. Have you played since launch?
I played season 3 and 4. That's it. Okay. And then I came back season 10.
Well, I played season 0 and then came back like season 11. I played season 0 on console. When that came out, god damn, it was fun. It was insane. Because it was at the point where like it. No, this was before crossplay. Okay. So I was on my Xbox with my buddies.
Yeah.
This. Oh shit! Hang on, I was gonna say something, but I'm slipping. I'm slipping. When it came out, it was like outdoing Fortnite in some way. I think it had like more downloads or something. Than it was when it came out. It was huge. And I probably didn't even realize this at the time, but I was really good at it at the start. Like, we would win every second game at least. And we were. I think our record. I think literally day one, we got 7 wins in a row. It was insane. Just pick up a Mastiff from the box, from the drop, and you win. But so launch Apex was so fun, but I probably had fun because I was on aim assist, and also SBMM probably didn't exist back then. And shocker, right? No aim assist, connection-based matchmaking, and it was fun, huh? Man, maybe I should go back to that.
People have the motivation, the drive to improve.
Yeah,
when they're not giving everything for free. Wow! Oh my god! No way.
I never would have thought.
Who would have thought?
But yeah, so tell me a little bit about, unless you want to keep going on about controller, then by all means bring it on. But if you want to tell me,
just gonna talk about the movement finger controller, I guess.
Yeah, bring it on.
Now that people, Thank you. Now that people are getting controller on PC, because controller players, right, they're evolving now. No, not evolving in a good sense for us. They're going to mouse and keyboard, or sorry, PC and controller instead of mouse and keyboard. They're not evolving to the better, like more skillful, higher skill gap platform. No, they're just changing to PC to get higher FPS, and higher refresh rates to see their enemies better while they one mag someone with flanks to flinch. They just want to make sure the flinch doesn't do more than it already doesn't do. And now they're able to do this thing which is fucking disgusting, putrid, and I hate every single person who does this. Is they're able to use tap strafing and super gliding, all those configs, even neo strafing on controller thanks to Steam launch options, and that shit is disgusting. Imagine aim assist with rotational, right? Rotation is also insanely fucking strong when you move, right? That's when it kicks in absolutely crazy. But imagine that while tap strafing. Imagine that. Like, the rotation kicks in harder as you move faster.
Oh.
So what the fuck is gonna happen? You're gonna get one mag? No, you're gone before the gun even shoots. You're dead. You're gone.
Phased out of
So
existence.
nope. It's just insane, and that's one of the reasons I've stopped liking Apex as much. Is because off drop, I am getting absolutely swarmed by kids who are tap strafing on controller, and I can prove that they're on controller because they're standing without looting. Like, they're looting while standing, without moving. Sorry. So like, that's not a control. That's not a mouse and keyboard player. I'm sorry. You loot while standing, and you killed me. Like, you killed me on mouse and keyboard? No. I'm sorry. You one mag me all headshots on mouse and keyboard, and you loot while standing? No. You're not doing that. That's just, you're too ass to be doing that, because someone who loots and doesn't move, just stands there, is probably not good enough to hold their mouse correctly. So it has to be a controller player. It's just it cannot be that. Right? Maybe there's like a couple few out there who are just all aim but don't have a keyboard. They use their legs and like foot pedals. But maybe it's a possibility. But no, they're most definitely not like that half the times.
That's a big possibility, though. I mean, it's just okay. Look, again, I love everyone who plays on controller. Like, I know a lot of friends who play a controller, which is completely fine. I encourage that. If you're having fun, I can't stress this enough. If that's what you enjoy, do it. But it's just the overwhelming strength of it. I mean, at least half the rotational. Like, that's like the minimum they could do.
For console, yeah, absolutely. No.
Yeah.
Console, if they keep this up with the new, because the new gen is absolutely nuts. You get like 120 FPS, 120 FOV, or sorry, 110 FOV. They don't have 122 because they don't have configs. But fuck, 120 FPS, 120 hertz. You're basically a mouse and keyboard player, or sorry, PC player. Even PCs don't do it as well as that. Half of the people, I think there was a Steam data survey where half of the people on Steam don't have like RX 570s, have like the shittiest graphics cards that come out in the recent years. So they can't get that much frames. They stutter. They don't even know about what a PC performance is. They don't know how to overclock. They have their cyberpower gaming peripherals, their sensor that barely picks up and tracks. So yeah, they're not getting as much performance as you do.
A friend of mine, Oatsy, in the chat, he plays on controller. He's saying, to be fair, when you switch to PC from console and Apex, you do have less aim assist. So that's something.
Yeah,
that's which is good. That is good. Controller on PC takes more skill. Let's just be real with that. It does take more skill.
Yeah, it does.
I'll happily acknowledge that. That is more than fine. But as he said, like console, the overwhelming majority of casuals and players are on console, so they need that. That's why they'll never remove it. That's why they'll never nerf it.
Yeah.
Because if you have this overwhelming, super insane aim assist on console, and then next to no aim assist on PC, why would casual on console switch to PC? Because they're going to switch to PC, they're going to be like, "What the fuck's going on?" And they go back to their console, and then fry us.
Yeah.
So one little topic of one other thing that you brought up before, foot pedals. What in your I literally say expert opinion because you are an expert at this game. In your expert opinion, what percentage of players, like top players, do you think are actually cheating? Whether it's Cronus, Zim, whatever, Strike Pack, and foot pedals, because cheating in video games is becoming very dense.
Yeah,
very dense.
Yeah.
I have died hundreds of times in Warzone. And I can guarantee you that they either have walls or they're using some sort of foot pedal. And I'm not just saying that because I'm not a burger bot, all right?
Yeah.
Not something like, oh, he's better than me, he killed me, he's cheating. No, I mean, dead serious. There's no way in hell he could have done that naturally. Video games are becoming
right.
just, they're becoming a pain in the ass, especially first-person shooters. Competitive first-person shooters are becoming cheat central. Anyway, before I go too angry, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I think I'll look at it this perspective. So the mass migration from Warzone players to Apex, I'd say 90% of them were Zimming Cronus Zenning, because Warzone was the game you buy a Zim for. You buy a Cronus Zen, you buy a Strike Back for. That was the game, I think, that started the whole like pandemic of hardware cheats. I mean,
Before
Fortnite had it.
are the worst.
Yeah. And Fortnite had it, but it was not as rampart. Now you wouldn't see it many people complaining as much, because at that time those, I think, strikebacks weren't as advanced. Cronus Zen and Max weren't as available. But I'd say 90% of people who switched from Warzone to Apex are using some hardware assisted tool. I'd say for ranked, 80% of masters are using strikebacks who are controller, and for Preds, probably 99, 95%. There's just no way you're gonna, because as I said, I'm someone who can compete against controller players, right? And there's so many better players out there than me who are more consistent and use game sense to their advantage. I'm just all aim, no brain. So they're able to counter aim assist. But this is the top 1%, like top 0.01 percentile. We're talking about the Preds here. So the only way they can compete is with hardware assistance, like strikebacks and stuff like that. So I'd say 99% of Preds are using that shit if they're on a controller. It's just very rare to not see one. Half of them they don't have their controller cams on, and when they do, they don't show the underside or anything like that. And there's also the whole issue of, once you have a controller on PC, aim assist already looks like it's cheats. So once you download cheats, probably no one can tell the difference. Exactly. It'll just be more consistent. Your aim assist will just be more consistent. It'll hit more and more. And I know this is a topic that's been heavily debated in like Warzone and stuff like that, because of how many people have engine owning and are just masking their their aim assist with cheats, because it looks so much like their real thing that it's the same. It's just that you're more consistent. So yeah, I'd say in total, below gold on Apex Legends, probably like 20% of people are using strike packs. Above gold, 30. So that means like plat, 30. Diamond, we're getting to the 40s and 50s.
Oh, God.
And then Masters, we're on the 80s. And then Pred, we're on the 90 plus, 95% plus.
95?
That's definitely.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I mean, there was a statistic. What was it? 300,000 Kona Zen sold at one point?
What?
I'm not kidding. Yes, I'm not kidding. That was on Amazon. I'm not kidding. I'm seriously not kidding. I saw some shit about that. 300,000 Cronus. This is not strikebacks. Strikebacks are becoming more rampart because strikebacks are
on Amazon too.
More widely available. But yeah, no, I'm saying it's insane numbers, right? There's not even 100,000 masters in the game, so there's so yeah. So I'd say they're definitely using Zim strikebacks or Cronus's. Zim is more like mouse and keyboard aim assist. I don't see that much. There's still those like Twitter goofballs who are using aim assist on mouse and keyboard, but you can easily tell because they're fucking cheating. Like you can tell that it's the mouse movement, so not controller movement, controller aim. But Zens and strikebacks are definitely just out everywhere, every fucking where. And the number 2, number 1s, number 3 controller players on console are definitely people who abuse that shit too. They're also people who abuse SBMM. There's this Lifeline who got number 1 Pred by killing level 20s in Pred lobbies. like you're getting into only bronze while you're a Pred. I think they used a double account smurfing shit where they abused SBMM somehow, and they got permaban. I think they got banned for like 300 years. So
good,
it's pretty good.
Good,
but that was the number 1 player, number 1 Lifeline player.
Wow.
So yeah,
well, that's the thing. Like you just never know. And well, here he is. Bruhskey already causing controversy in the chat. OT says, yeah, no way 50% of Diamond players are cheating. But the problem with that is we will never know. So Bruhskey could be right. OT could be right.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. We will never know. And, to disaster. And also, look, shout out to Oatsy, longtime friend of mine online. That's OATZEE _ on Twitter and Twitch. He said in the chat earlier, he said, even as as I said, he's a control player. He said, even as a control player, I do agree rotational AA is strong in Apex. When you have a controller main saying that it is too strong, that should be your sign to fucking back it off. Like with Modern Warfare 2 at the moment, or the beta. I put this tweet out that actually went kind of big. It was somewhere along the lines of, was it? Oh yeah, the third person. Let's not get into that. That was gross. You all know what we're talking about. But I made this tweet saying my favorite genre of Twitter right now is control players addressing the overwhelming strength of aim assist. Control players becoming self-aware. It's like I listened to the Drop Shot of Call of Duty podcast. I've listened to that for a very long time. They said that no one should be surprised. Aim assist is just as strong as always, but I think it's getting stronger and stronger. I swear it is.
I think so too. I mean, Warzone has been silently buffed. Aim assist has been silently buffed.
Compared to day one Warzone, I played day one Warzone, it was nowhere near as strong.
Nowhere.
Like I have a long-time friend I've been playing with for years who I actually played launch Apex with and launched Warzone with. He's recently switched to PC because last year me and my mate, so we got the three of us, me, Angus, Lee. For those in Twitch that have followed me for a while, you know who they are. So Lee was always on console, and Angus and I decided to build him a PC one last Christmas. So we switched to PCs on MNK now. So absolutely goat. But on console, he's always been an insane player. Modern Warfare 3 days, he would triple Moab regularly.
Ooh.
He got to Prestige 20. I'm not even kidding. He would do it multiple times on multiple accounts. So he got to the point where he's like, aim assist is becoming absolutely insane. So he's been there for a long time. He's been playing controller for a very long time. And he's saying like he doesn't like playing it anymore because it's that strong. He feels like he's not playing the game. The game's playing it for him. So he switched to MNK and he's having way more fun. And also my good friend Chris, FPS Lunatic, also on all the socials. Recently he switched to MNK. He's been on it for a couple of months now. He's like me. He's like my level now. He's insane. But that's another topic for another day.
Okay.
He got to the point where he's like, I don't enjoy controller anymore because the game's playing it for me. He switched to MNK and he's been going off. Like his Twitter's been going off. His Twitch has been going off because he's having so much more fun on MNK. So that's the thing. So you either play MNK and have fun, or you play MNK and get angry. It's such a I'm just my brain is in shambles right now because I don't understand the state of gaming. It's just so weird.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
I think right now the only thing we have writing for mouse and keyboard players is technology. I think because it'll take a couple years for things to even out, but as mouse and keyboard players get better, have better technology, better mice, better just overall awareness, develop their game senses and all that stuff, they are most likely gonna do the same to console players. They're gonna give them more advantages, harder, stronger aim assist to compete, because the casual community is starting to get into the whole competitive aspect of video games. Before, casual games ran at like 30 FPS, like COD, right? Black Ops 2, all that shit. We probably used to play. We didn't care about the fucking mouse and keyboard versus a console or a whole debate, because crossplay was never an equation. There was none of that shit. All we cared about was having a good S&D lobby with the boys, and that's exactly what we got, because everybody else in the lobby was like using the same hardware as you, same controller and stuff like that. One of them maybe had a mod menu, but it's like an even playing ground, like playing field. But with technologies that span from controller, mouse and keyboard, higher refresh rate, FPS, and all that stuff now, it's uneven playing, like uneven battlefields where it's kind of hard to balance it out. So unfortunately, I think it'll take some time before things even out. And right now, I think controllers have been overbuffed way too much. I don't think they didn't count into the equations. The developers didn't count into the equations that if you're not doing good at games, to the point where you're getting shit on consistently, like I have been getting on Apex, to the point where I can't even win a gunfight right now if it's a 1v1 and I have the same weapon gear and attachments as someone else, but they don't move while looting. they start losing motivation. And that's exactly why I've been going to other games right now. I'm experiencing Valorant. Valorant has been so much fun because I'm able to know that my enemies are competitive. They have integrity. They're not cheating. They're not using strikebacks. They're not using controller because that's not in the game. And there's a player base that's active, so the game won't die for at least like 4 years. So they won't have to cater to the casual controller community, and that's such a good feeling because it gives me potential, it gives me hope that as long as I get good at the game, I'll be able to make it big. And that's the motivation I've been looking for in Apex. But with all the changes that's been happening lately, I just don't see that happening. So the only way for me to compete with Apex now is start to getting to movement. And that literally, quite literally, disregards my whole target switching thing. My whole, like, I'm able to target switch and stuff like that in other games. Apex, I can't anymore because I'm out here having to fucking buddy hop, double YY, 360 insta snap on people in midair, flying at Mach 2. And that's unfortunately impossible with my current schedule. I don't have enough time to practice for that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have nearly the amount of time to warm up, and it's just such a harder thing to be consistent at. And yeah, I'm just forced to learn movement. It's unfortunate, movement, and my aim is starting to decline. It's a me problem, right? It's a me issue because normally I would have enough time to master movement and aim at the same time, but it's very hard with the limited time.
Is it a problem though? Now. Is it though? I don't think it is.
My style is specific, like target switching stuff at like 12 cm. That stuff needs a lot of warming up to do. I'm not sure, honestly.
What I'd like to just point out here, right? Look, I'm not pro stomping casuals, right? I feel bad. You know, I don't want to just stomp casuals. I want to have a competitive game. That's a fair argument, would you say?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, so that's true. But when it comes to ranked,
yeah, well, you are okay. Bruhskey is. I'm not even kidding. He's a top 0.1% aimer on keyboard and mouse.
Thank you.
The things he does is ridiculous, and if this, I trust everything this man's saying, every argument he makes, because if a 0.1% or even better than that aimer is losing to 3 cents Andy on his 80-inch TV with a controller, what does that say?
Yeah.
How many hours have you put in Apex?
1,100.
1,100 hours. How many hours have you put in aim training?
0 or 20. Sorry.
Okay,
but
that kind of fucked my point there. But
it's okay.
I mean, how long have you been playing keyboard and mouse?
That's the one. Yeah, 8 years. 8 years.
8 years.
Ever since 2000.
8 years of keyboard and mouse first-person shooter experience. He's that fucking good. That much practice. Literally, it would be tens of thousands of hours. You'd say in first-person shooters?
Yeah, no, over 20. Over
20,000 hours practicing, trying to get better on his keyboard and mouse. He's in the upper echelon. He is literally like top 0.05% even in the world, and he's losing to 3 cents Andy on his 80-inch TV and his surround sound speakers.
Yeah,
it's absurd. It's absurd.
I get they're trying to give you a challenge over your Apex, right? They're trying to give you the challenge, but it's just demotivating, especially when those guys start being BM, right? You know, they start starting to BM you, fucking teabag your body.
Oh,
it's funny. It gets funny because, yeah, dude, you're clearly better than me. You clearly put much more effort than me when you're standing looting.
Bro, the respect for putting your finger on L2R2, dude. I can't deny that. That's crazy.
Jesus. Yeah,
again, I just want to point this out again. This is not an attack on controller players. This is an attack on the broken technology.
Yep, absolutely. And I've lost respect for those who abuse aim assist. Insane amounts of respect I used to have for my idols who used to play like FPS games and stuff like that, pro scene. But they just started abusing aim assist in pubs and stuff like that. And this is like COD players who switched to Apex. I'm not gonna name it, but I said this on stream before. If you're a controller player and you know what you're doing, you're self-aware and you're using it to your advantage, I have almost no respect for you. I'm very disappointed in you, and I think you should switch to mouse and keyboard, especially if you have, mouse and keyboard, especially if you have a PC, right? I'm talking to PC users, right? And they're using controller, even though they have a mouse and keyboard and have a PC that can run above like 100 FPS. You are clearly what's wrong with the whole balancing and aim assist and mouse and keyboard. And you should start being the bigger person and work on your aim on mouse and keyboard because it's harder. It just means you suck at it, and when you suck at something, you improve, or else you won't grow. Because the more you play on controller, the more you will reach the skill limit. Again, controller has a skill gap. It's a very artificial skill gap. It's hard. It's hard to not hit it, right? The top controller players out there just have finer thumb control. They're able to control their thumbs a lot better than the casuals, and they're using game sense. But when it comes to actual skill, mechanical skill, the skill gap on controller is zero. It's like 0.5% of mouse and keyboard. You can do so much less, and you're not able to be as good without aim assist. You're just not. I'm sorry. You turn off aim assist. The number like Jen Burn, right? The number one controller, I'd say for Apex, definitely. Turns off aim assist, sucks, just straight up ass. I'm saying I could defeat him with a P20.
Beta vibes.
I wanted to talk about that too. Honestly, I'm so lost with what's happening with Nadia. I don't know if she's cheating. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All I saw was her like intro clips or whatever. But yeah, no. When you turn off aim assist for cheating or whatever.
I've never been like, oh my god, the streamer must be cheating because they're a streamer and they're more successful than me. But personal opinion, I believe Nadia is cheating because there is a tweet going around right now. I'm actually going to bring this up on stream. Okay. Let me search Exo Ghost because he was the one who I found it through his quote retweet. Okay. He tweets a lot. Okay, full screen here. This is, have you got my stream up?
Yep.
Right, check this out. So there's a person flying above. She wants to ADS on that guy. Fair enough. You can't see anyone else on the screen apart from the guy on the parachute. She ADSs, locks on through this tiny gap, bang, starts shooting this random ass invisible, she couldn't see him. Look at that. What are your thoughts on that? Watch this one more time.
No cheating. Yeah, no cheating.
So there you go. She literally aims up, goes to ADS on that guy, snaps straight to another man.
Look at her eye contact.
Exactly.
Go back. She looked up and then down. At the minimap. Yeah, no, she looked at the minimap and then went back to the screen.
So you reckon she's not cheating?
I think she is cheating. She checked the minimap. And there's no ping. There's no enemy ping, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Because on her screen, there's no UAV, there's no advance or anything, but she still looked up. But still, like, even if she did look up and saw someone there, I doubt she would have. I suppose if you could enough, you can like quickly pull down an ADS there. But still.
No, I mean that's 0.25 speed, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you were just looking away at the screen. There's just no way you're doing that. No. Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm not surprised if people were cheating on Warzone. I've seen so many people I know cheat on the game with controller. They just look so like the real thing that it makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but some of my biggest like people I used to watch for Black Ops 3 are just so blatantly cheating to casual audience who think it's real. But I 100% agree. There's just absolutely no way that's legit.
Nah, no, not a chance.
She looked up. No. And if she is legit, I think she belongs in like a museum for like professional, just the peak human, peak human senses. Like she developed a sixth sense or something like that.
You know what the sad thing is?
Yeah.
She probably makes more money than we'll ever make.
Oh no, most definitely, yeah. No.
Yep.
No.
Life rewards frauds.
It does. I'm too young to say much about this, right? But
you're a youngster. Yeah. What? How old are you?
17.
17.
I don't have that many life experiences in terms of money and all that stuff yet. I'm getting into it. But I gotta say, man, I've seen so many people cheat on Twitter, on Twitch, and just get so much money from it. Get subs, get communities when they're not playing legitimately and are under the guise that they're the best players in the world. It's not fair to people like us who try to like get better, because that's competition that's unhealthy. It's synthetic competition. They're not real players. They're cheating. It's not them. We're not able to compete against that, because no matter how good we are, we will never be as consistent. The only thing we hope for is that they become so fucking shit because they're being assisted so bad that when they go to events, major events, just like happened with Nadia, they lose. They get accusated, right? Stuff like that happens because you're not able to bring cheats to new games.
Look, there is no
Also,
excuse for. I've never played Modern Warfare 2 before. This is completely different to Warzone. Her mechanical skill in that beta was just laughable. Laughable. She couldn't hit a shot at all. Even with aim assist, she just lost.
there's no way you don't hit a shot with the aim assist on her, dude. That's
And then she goes plays a Warzone, and then has like
I'm
pixel
sorry,
perfect
man.
tracking. Like, come on.
And she played in the event where the PCs are way better than the console, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know
Uh,
she's on PC, but uses cheats, right? I forgot. Oh well.
Oh well. But that's.
Didn't she deny a file check on her computer?
I have no idea. I didn't keep up. I just saw it
Apparently,
on the
she denied a
TL.
file check,
Oh, sassy.
and that's the biggest red flag. I come from Minecraft and Siege community. The biggest cheaters, the biggest cheaters in all of FPS, Siege specifically, will file checks for mandatory for like 1v1 for team competitions, right? You had when Faceit came in, right? They had to use the macros tool, which I forgot the name of it, but it maps everything you do, all that stuff. And it's just I'm very into file checking, and when someone refuses a file check on their gaming computer and are a successful streamer with 2 computers, you will not have any personal files on your gaming computer. That's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry, but no,
Yep.
that's just not gonna happen. You're a streamer. You're downloading new games. You're at the risk of getting hacked and stuff like that, and you know that. So you will never put personal files, bank details, payments, and stuff like that in your computer. And even if you do, if someone were to file check you while you're streaming and they're both streaming, they're not gonna risk losing their entire career for like figuring out your bank account, knowing where you live, and doxing you. That's not worth it to them, because they'll get treated way harshly, way more harshly. So she probably refused the file check because she is cheating, and no matter how good you are, you cannot escape a file check if you haven't reset your Windows, wipe your drive, or traces to the point where it's like you messed with fucking, what is it called again? Restore points. Like it's just not possible. You're not able to delete all the traces. It's you're gonna get found out, and so that's probably why she refused it. Is no matter how many times you delete the software, it's had traces. It's been on your computer. There's something missing there. So I definitely think she probably is cheating just because she refused the file check. That's just the biggest red flag. And yeah, I don't really care about that stuff, right? Cheaters are gonna be cheaters, but when someone's getting invited out to events and all that stuff on the guise of them being the best player of like the certain communities, right? Like best female gamer and stuff like that, that's disheartening to other female players because unfortunately they will never be as good as cheats. Same with like anybody. I'm not saying just female, right? Anybody will never be as good as cheats because cheats are there to make you consistently better than everybody else since you're cheating. So that's demotivating for a lot of people.
It's an insult to an entire market.
Absolutely,
Female representation in games is becoming such a massive thing, which is fantastic. Gaming for all, I'm all for that. But she's saying like, I'm the top female Warzone streamer. She's insulting to all the females that are actually putting in the work, getting better, and actually proving themselves as great players. But they're just, they're held back by this Nadia who's got such a massive ego. It's like, I'm the number 1 female. I'm the peak of. It's just fuck up. Fuck up and get real.
Get real.
There's so many more deserving female players out there that deserve that title of best female player.
Real.
It's insulting to them. It is. It's unfair.
It is, unfortunately, and there's just nothing possible until they get found out. I really hope that I think something's happening tonight is probably gonna bust her. When she gets busted out, I hope she loses her whole career because the amount of things she's done, if she like has been found out of cheating, is just unfortunately not fair. It's just not fair, and she can't keep this up forever. Absolutely, yeah.
Well, she's the most like spicy topic at the moment because everyone is. Well, it's like probably a 70-30 split. 70% people think that she's cheating and 30% not. 30% that think she's not cheating are her like tier 3 subs that have the generic Facebook gaming profile picture. So what does that say?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, those people don't don't even know what mouse and keyboard is. I mean, they probably never seen one in their life. And they're like, yeah, no, it's
Fubukira, sorry if I botched that, in the chat saying she's also banned on Tinder, if you guys didn't know, for scamming some guy. What?
That's very interesting. Wow. I don't know what that's got to do with all that stuff, but that is a form of cheating, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's just a form of being a fucking cunt.
Sure.
Long story short. And it works out. If you're a cunt in real life, you're a cheater. It's simple. There are no nice cheaters.
True.
Like every cheater I've ever known in a video game, it's just some skeevy little fucking rat that I don't like, that I want to punch in the face.
I mean, I've gotten banned before from Modern Warfare 2 on PC because I used a hostel. I had to use a hostel. I was getting kicked out of lobbies because I was fucking shitting on everybody. So I didn't do anything with the hostel. I just used it so that nobody was able to kick me. And I did not use it to my power. No, I was shitting on people so fucking much that people keep kicking me out, DDoSing me, my internet, my IP, all that stuff because they had host priority. So I had to use the hostel, and I was banned. I was back banned from Steam. That's unfortunate, but no, that's as far as I stooped. That's
well, like you can tell when someone's cheating and not cheating, because like if I was not a first person shooter podcast host. If I wasn't some like wannabe awesome, basically if I didn't have any experience and I went onto your Twitter and I looked at your clips, I would immediately say he's cheating for real, cheater. But what people don't realize is if I was to go into your stream and watch you live, this is not a diss at you, like this is everyone who's not cheating, right? You're gonna have games where you play like shit, you're gonna die, you're gonna whiff your shots, you're gonna miss, you're gonna look like a bot, right? But then for 10 minutes, you're going to absolutely fry and get clips. Like, it's like me. Like, I will... Okay, here's completely honest, right? 75% of my gameplay is not good. Not good, right? 20% of my gameplay is really good. And then 5%, if not less, of my gameplay is insane. So I'll play for 6 hours... And for half an hour, I'll get clips and go crazy. For 4 hours, I'll just be trotting along, not doing much. And then for 2 hours, I'll be like doing good. I don't know. It's
okay. Yeah. No.
So like, for some of the people that follow me on Twitter, like I've put on some clips where I've put on some really good clips on Twitter. Like my tracking, I would say my strong point.
I've seen, dude, your Warzone tracking. Whew.
I've worked on that hard. Also, Skypad. Shout out to Skypad.
Skypad buff?
Oh, Skypad buff, actually. But, what people don't see behind the scenes of good players is they're not 100% consistently insane. But cheaters are. Look, go to Nadia's stream and she'll go crazy every time.
Yep. There's so many cheaters
That's a massive red flag.
Twitch, though. Like, Twitch cheaters on Rebirth. It's blatant to me. I don't know how people can't see it, but
Rebirth is a disaster. It's too far gone.
I mean, I sent you a Facebook GG link to one of my tweets. Somebody cropped it up, put it into a montage. Got like 200,000 views. But you need to. I don't know if you need to log in.
I'm not. Yeah, no. I'm not a Facebook fanatic. I have Facebook for Messenger.
Because the comments are just accusations.
Oh yeah, Facebook is the fucking burger bot central. That's like Reddit but worse. That's all the gaming dads.
Yep. No. Every single profile picture for when someone's accusing is like, yep, no way, this guy's legit. Yep, hope you died. I hope. Yep, you're cheating. Yep. I was gonna showcase. I showcased it on stream a while ago, but it's gotten even worse. But I don't know why they forced me to log in now to like just read comments.
I would bring it up on channel. I'm not logging into my Facebook. I don't even know my login details. Facebook is the worst.
It's the worst. Yeah.
Too far away from my mic. Sorry, everyone. The audio might not be the best. I've been like moving back and forward, so my microphone might not be picking up the best audio. Do you want to take just a little pause, a little water break, a little piss break? Because I need piss.
Yeah, me too. I'm probably gonna do that. Just back.
We'll take a couple minute pause, everyone. Stand by. You can still hear us, so it's on the pause screen. We're back in a second. Oh, the G Fuel is kicking in, baby. Oh, how we going, chat? How we hanging in there? Let me know when you're back, man. I don't know if you can hear me. He's AWOL. Oh no.
I'm back.
He's back.
Hello.
There he is.
Hey, welcome back. Okay.
All right. I've got a few more topics here. I can't be too much longer because I need to go. I'm meeting my mate at the gym in like an hour. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
but there's a few more topics I'd like to just get into before we resume the stream. So probably be like let's see. We'll probably talk about your favorite FPS games. About
Okay,
your peripherals and then your goals and
sounds good.
ambitions.
Sure.
Awesome. All right, we'll get back into it. Now we'll start off with
Okay.
the favorite games. All right, let's get back to the proper screen.
Oh god, mic was open.
I didn't hear anything. New scene.
Oh, pretty sure.
Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. We've emptied our bladders. We've got some water in
Yep.
us. We're ready. We're ready.
Yep.
So, Bruhskey, what are your favorite first-person shooter games? Past and present?
Modern Warfare 3, number one. I don't care. It's not because of the competition and just the way it feels and stuff like that. I just love it because it's my favorite game. It's my favorite, most nostalgic game. It's because this is the first FPS game I picked up and was like, oh my god, military is so cool. Oh my god, I love this. This is sick. It's the first game I felt like that.
I loved Modern Warfare 3, man. Definitely one of
Yeah.
my favorite games of all time.
It's a banger game too. People say I was never spoiled to Modern Warfare 2 before Modern Warfare 3. So I know now I know it's a reskin of Modern Warfare 2. But if you look at it, it's also an upgraded version of Modern Warfare 2. It's not as game breaking. Some might prefer Modern Warfare 2 over Modern Warfare 3 because it's more nostalgic, but for someone like me who started off on Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, sorry, that's my Modern Warfare 2. And it's in every aspect a better game than Modern Warfare 2 because there's specialist bonus. There's the whole competition. I think that's one of the first games where we started the whole competitive aspect of going for nukes, right? Other than like Black Ops 2 was next, right? And that's the first game where kill streaks and stuff like that. Modern Warfare 2 had MOABs and stuff like that. Or sorry, attack nukes, but Modern Warfare 3 had MOABs where people would play to get quadruple MOABs per game.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's
what I
what
was saying
started the
before
whole.
about my mate Lee. He would go
Yeah.
for triple MOABs all the time. I never dropped one,
But yeah.
unfortunately. I wasn't that good.
Oh,
This is when I was new to
dropped a
FPS, though.
couple.
I was on controller on fucking Xbox 360.
Yeah, same on 360 gamers, man.
360 gamers.
um,
I remember so many
yeah.
fond memories of literally laying on my stomach on my bed because I'd have my TV at the end of my bed, so I'd be like laying on my tummy, kicking my legs. I used to have this thing where I like to play around with a pillow with my feet, like flip it around while playing.
yeah.
That's the ADHD in me. I have to have something else going. But it's so many fond memories of that, like playing with shitty headsets with my friends for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Don't even care how
Oh
good
my
I'd play. I
god, dude,
just
the
have
Xbox
fun.
headset mic, it's only got one ear.
Yes, and just abusing people and getting abused. Just gaming back in the day was so much better.
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
You didn't have to I would say half the time. You probably didn't mean anything you would say when you say
Of
like
course
bad
not.
words.
I
but-
dropped slurs all the time. So did
Yeah.
everyone else. Hey,
Yes.
look, I know if you say that nowadays, look, here's me admitting I used to drop F-bombs all the time. FA bombs all the time. Because everyone else did. That's how it was. Alright?
Yeah.
Obviously that doesn't
Okay,
fly
yeah.
in today's day and age. But back then,
No,
there was no
it's not.
filter.
Yeah. I
There was
mean,
no filter.
the same thing applies to like, old standards and new standards, like the way people live now, right? Women treated more fairly and stuff like that. So it could also apply to how people behaved before online, right? Times change, people change, evolve, and so we're definitely at a better place now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was just
But more
a dark
inclusive,
past.
more inclusive, more accessibility, which is good.
Exactly. Yeah.
As I said before, gaming is for everyone.
It isn't.
It isn't.
No, it isn't. It is. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, what? What are you talking about? Man's still stuck in 2011.
No, I misspoke. Sorry.
No, you good. I understood what you meant.
So I kind of want to answer Alice's question about like consistency.
Oh
if
yeah,
there's
sorry.
any mouse and keyboard players here.
Dude. Let's get those questions up.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So the first.
Oops.
You wanna go? Sure.
I don't know. You're up. You've got them put up. I think.
Okay. Bruhskey, I know you used to change your sense a decent amount. Do you think changing your sense to keep you on edge has helped your aim improve? That's a very good question. I've gone over it many, many times, and I'm still trying to figure out the best answer, the most fluid answer, the best, most organic answer I can come up with, and that is, it depends. If you're someone playing for clips, for consistency, trying to get really, really nice stuff, you're most likely gonna waste your time doing that. You're most likely gonna get worse. You're gonna get less consistent. But if you're someone who's trying to be an overall better player, as a player, right, who can compete better, who can have more consistency in terms of how you engage squads, or sorry, not how you engage, how efficient you are at engaging squads, like how fast you kill them, then I'd say yes, because what changing sensitivities and all that stuff does is increases your motor skills. This is a theory, not a theory. I think it's very applicable actually. That goes to every mouse and keyboard player out there. If you're trying to change sensitivity lower, what you do is, say you want to go from sensitivity 7 to 5, and you want to accelerate that process. You can trick your brain by going to 7 to 2 and then going back to 5. It'll accelerate how fast you learn how to control higher sensitivity, because you're immediately getting into the hardest of the hardest stuff to do, and you're immediately getting your motor skills to function faster than a lot faster than before, and that will increase those skills, right? If you put on high sense right now, 10 cm, and you can't control it, that means you suck at 10 cm. And when you suck at 10 cm, that means you suck at any sense lower than or higher than that too, until you reach that crutch spot. This is very controversial, of course. I'm not here to throw shade at any people. But what I'm gonna start using now is games like COD, Apex, and all that stuff. Like, I know for competing in CS:GO and all that stuff, a lower sense is absolutely indispensable, because you need to be consistently tapping heads. But those games are, believe it or not, are not very aim heavy. They're more holding angles, corners, positions, using the utility, and predicting where players come from. You don't actually need insane aim unless it's a 1v5 situation and you have an op. That's it. Or an AK, right? You can control your recoil perfectly, target switching with different people, but those are super rare in very high elo. You're not gonna be finding that all the time. So those games are less aim intense than people think it to be, and those are the games where you have to use slow sensitivity. I'm talking 40 cm and above to be consistently good at the game, to be consistently tapping heads as they come around corners. But I'm talking for games like COD, Apex, and stuff like that. The slower your sense is, the worse as a player you are. The worse your mechanical skills, your the way you aim is. And this doesn't apply to everybody, right? Because if you use a glass mousepad, and you suck on like slow sense, say like you suck on 30 cm, that's because it's an entirely different surface. It's hard to control. There's a whole skill gap you need to get accustomed to. But if you're someone that's like on a G640, right, mousepad, the most consistently average mousepad, and using G Pro Superlight, have a PCD that can run above 200 FPS, and you're using 45 cm and above, 35 cm and above, and you cannot aim whatsoever at a higher sensitivity like 20 cm, then you suck. You don't suck as much as other players, right? But you're not as good as someone who plays on low sense in terms of motor skills. You're just not. You're not as well developed. Your game sense might be, but your aim will not. I feel like I'm throwing too much shade.
No, you're right. I agree with what you're saying. Those kind of games, the tax shooters aren't as much aiming as people think. And that's
tax shooters. Yeah. Also, I don't mean to say you suck. Like in general, you suck, but you suck more than those who use high sense. If you take two guys, give them the same setup, right, same performance, all that stuff, and one guy plays at a higher sensitivity, he's most likely going to be way better than you at your own sensitivity if you give him like 2 hours to warm up or something like that. So you give a 40 cm player and a 25 cm player, the same setup, same shit. 40 cm player might be more consistent right now, but the 20 cm player, if he switches to your sensitivity, he'll probably be better than you because he has more finer motor skills. That's very hard to explain. I'm sorry. I still haven't developed that whole theory and stuff like that. It's something I'm still plotting up. I think it's my first day talking about it. But if you really want to accelerate your learning process and become a better aimer in general, I think this is something that will work for everybody. I don't have to perfectly say it. If you want to go from Sense 7 to Sense 5 because you know you're gonna be a better player if you go to Sense 5, then go to Sense 2 and then go back to Sense 5. That'll help you accelerate your aiming process and become a better player than if you were to switch directly to Sense 5 from 7.
That's a very smart tip. So I had this guy, 19. I don't know where he's going. He kind of just dropped. Do you remember 19?
5? Like Nixie?
No, not him. 19 year. Like 19 YR. He was in Bread Gang, I think.
No,
He kind of just disappeared. So. I think he deleted everything. Anyway, he used to show me some tips in aim training and stuff. And this is where a similar concept kind of kicks in. So I'll play a scenario, fail because it's too fast, couldn't keep up. So I'd play I'd play this super harder version actually. So the one that's way too quick, and then I'd go back to the normal version, and it would work because, as you said, you're tricking your brain. So you're expecting it to go super fast, and then you switch back to normal, and it's like super slow. And then you say, "Oh, this is easy. It's more intuitive."
Yeah,
it just works.
Yeah.
It's all that trick in your brain.
It really is.
Your brain is
not only are you tricking your brain, you're training your muscles.
Yeah,
because you're keeping up with a faster pace. If you start slow, then you'll be slow until you get faster. But if you start fast, then as you go slower, you'll be faster than you were when you start slower. It's very hard to.
What's your centimeters per 360 that you run?
So right now I'm playing on 14, 2000 DPI at 1.4 in game, but I'm starting to slow down because I don't have as much time to keep up with my sensitivity. Right, it takes a lot of warming up time.
Yeah,
and I just don't have that as much now. I'm unfortunately not able to be as consistent as I was before, so I'm starting to dibble down into like 20 cm, 22 cm, 21 cm. And
well, that's still super high compared to me. I'm 44.
Oh,
across like
you gotta start lowering your sense, man. You'll become a better as a player. Yes, absolutely. What I recommend for you, okay, you're 44 cm, and you should be at 28. For which game are you trying to get into now? Apex, right?
Anything, honestly. Battlefield, Call of Duty, Apex.
Honestly, get into Apex until Modern Warfare 2 comes out, and if that game's dog shit, stay with Apex because I think season 15. Wow, season 15 should be a new chapter for Apex. They're doing a lot of stuff apparently.
Okay.
But I'd say for Apex, what your sensitivity should be is like 28 cm. I think if you're from 28 cm to 34 cm on Apex, you are a good player. You are a good player. You're able to hit very nice clips on 28 to 34 cm. Good player. Nice skills. So I think your target sensitivity should be between 28 to 34. What I recommend for you to do is play at higher DPI. Oh, what's your DPI right now?
800.
800? Bad. Very bad. Yes. There's something else I wanted to get into, but high DPI is so much better for you than people expect it or imagine it to be. Yes.
Explain that to me. Explain it to the viewers.
Okay. You use your cursor when you're browsing Windows, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Everyone does. Normal.
If you use
why did I
DPI,
answer that so sternly? That was a rhetorical question, and I took it seriously. I was ready for that.
You use a controller. But yeah,
why not?
You browse your desktop. If you're not gaming, you're browsing it more when you play the game. If you're video editing, you need finer control to move those bars. And that's very hard to do at 2000 DPI. You cannot, it's hard to calculate CM on a 2D surface because you're not doing a 3D environment now. You can't do a 360 from one point to another. But at 800 DPI, you go to 1600 DPI, man, oh man, is that a big difference. Your cursor will be a lot harder to control. And you will just automatically trick your brain into adjusting to that sensitivity. And this is without talking about the whole sensor smoothing DPI thing. There's been many tests done before. The higher DPI, the lower your sensor latency. I'm talking 4 to 8 ms improvements On the super light, I think it's like 4 ms of input lag difference for sensor motion.
Really?
That means if you move your mouse, it'll move your in-game character 4 milliseconds faster, like from when your sensor starts picking up, with a higher DPI. And that's why the number one rule that was for older sensors, like the PMW 3370, is to use 2000 DPI. Because 2000 DPI is the highest sense before DPI smoothing comes in. DPI smoothing is, or high DPI before DPI smoothing comes in. DPI smoothing is when the sensor is just not as, like, it can't handle the amount of information it's collecting, so it starts moving it. And it ruins your aim. It's not good for you, and it's not real. It's like mouse moving basically, and it does that to above 2000 DPI. For the new sensors like the 3398 or 99 and the 3395 on the or on the Viper V3 Pro and the V2 Pro and the X2 Mini, the Lanzu Atlantis, they can go up to 3200 DPI, and that's the lowest or the highest DPI you get. So that means you will get lower latency. So it's always a good rule to use the highest DPI your mouse can use until there's DPI smoothing, because you will get lower sensor latency. And that's
Really?
This is very niche again. That's why I'm saying you should use higher DPI for your cursor in your background, because it's something that makes more sense to certain people, right? And it's also a good way to trick your brain to get adjusted to high sensitivity. I personally play on 2000 DPI. I was 1600 DPI a while ago, but I got the Model O minus, and the Model O minus uses a 3370 sensor, and that sensor is really good at 2000 DPI. And it's got way better tracking. It's way more precise. And yeah,
I just flicked my DPI switch on my mouse, so it goes 800. So it goes like, hang on, it goes like 400, 800. I'm pretty sure 1632. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So for the
don't go above 2000.
Right. So you reckon 1600?
1600, or you can open up the software and do 2000. I mean, that's what I did.
It's so weird. It's so fast.
Yeah. It's fast, right?
Oh
but if you control it, you'll become better at controlling your mouse.
All right. I'm gonna take that advice on board. I'm gonna give it a go.
I promise you will be a better player.
I'm going to not adjust any of my in-game sensors. I'm just going to... So, okay, let's just do a little live experiment, everyone. So, CM per 360 calculator. I'm so bad at typing. Okay. The worst. Okay, mass sensitivity calculator. So, I'm at... Let's go conversion... Where's Call of Duty? Where is Call of Duty? Times 4? Fuck, what was on? So bear with me for a second here. I'm super curious now. Okay, right. So I'm 800 DPI right now. Game will go down to Overwatch Destiny 2, which is the same as Call of Duty.
Yep.
Right. So my in-game is 4.0. So that is 43.29 centimeters per 360.
You'll be at 21.
Yep, so 1600 puts me down to 21.64. Is that a bit too quick?
That's what I played at before. Yeah. I think you should use that and then switch to 27 CM. So that's 1600 3.4.
3.4. That's 25. How about
okay, sorry.
3.2.
Oh no, it's
3.2. 3.2.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna give that a go.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably tonight after I get home from the gym and everything. I'm gonna play some Call of Duty. I'm gonna give that a go, and then I'm going to, if I get any clips, I'm gonna put them on Twitter. That's on my Twitter. That's at Aussiemenace TTV, AUSSIEMENACE TTV. If you see any clips on Twitter tonight, or actually on my Twitter, because this is not going to go on the podcast apps tonight. That's too much work. I'm not fast enough for that. But I'm going to tag you, Bruhskey, and if I get clips, I'm going to tag you, and I'm super curious.
This again, as I'm saying, you need to get as good as you were with your older sense on this sensitivity. If you do this right now, you will not be immediately better. I'm saying you'll be lost, yes, but you will have way better control with your mouse than you did before. After you start like learning how to use it properly, how to use high sensitivity, because you're training new muscles on your fingers, you're doing new things, and that's gonna take some time adjusting to. But you will be a way better player as a player. Like your aim will be way better than before once you master that.
Okay.
Like technically speaking, you'll be above what you used to be. It's 'cause
Well,
it's way
this is
harder
gonna
to.
you're gonna think what the fuck here, but I was saying this last podcast episode with Big Bango. When I converted to mouse and keyboard, like when I built my first PC, switched to MNK, my centimeters per 360. Have a guess.
6.
Close. 4.
Oh my god.
4.
Were you using
And I
mouse Excel?
got nope. Just
No.
oh wait, no, I had mouse smoothing on because I didn't realize for the first year on PC that mouse smoothing was a thing.
Yeah.
So it was a disaster. So it was 4 centimeters with mouse smoothing turned on my Windows settings. Hey, I got used to that. I was able to control that. I was like at 30% of my skill that I am now, but I got used to controlling it. So I'm 27 might be the way. It might be the game changer. That might help break my plateau.
If I will, I mean, you're literally, physically speaking, technically speaking, every single thing, you're increasing the skill gap. No matter what you say, even if you're ass right now, you are increasing the skill gap by turning up your sensitivity, by making it faster. There is a higher skill gap. There's something new to look forward to mastering. You're finding something new.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So, yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna blitz to my workout, come home and play some games. I messaged Warden last night. I've got him to install Apex again, so I might run with him today. And that's someone good to play Apex with. He'll carry the fuck out of me.
I think he can help you with Hisense too. Maybe might have some tips. I'll probably be playing later too. I think
ooh, might have to hit you up.
8 minutes. Oh yeah,
it's pretty light for you at the moment, is it?
Yeah, but I'm already on 2 energy drinks, so.
Oh, so he's up in gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah!
I need to get some good content tonight. Probably gonna play some Valorant and then some Apex. I'm very stale on Apex.
Oh, dude. I completely forgot to bring this up. Ages ago, you mentioned Valorant, how it's good on MNK because if you die to someone, it's because they were just better on keyboard and mouse, or had better positioning. That's one of the things I wanted to bring up. I haven't played recently, but I've been on the Valorant kind of bandwagon. I have been loving it. I
have been too, yeah.
Because if I die, I don't immediately say, fucking aim assist. I think that guy, what was he doing that was better?
Exactly.
He was in a better spot. He had a better angle.
He knows more than you. He knows
more than me.
Utility. Yeah.
Exactly. It's because I died to someone who was better. Not because the fucking program did it to him. And I have not raged and got mad and quit Valorant. If I lose, I will literally take the L. I'll be like, oh, he was just better. What can I do to improve? What could I have... This is such a mind-blowing experience when you die, and the first thing you think to yourself is, what could I have done better there?
Exactly.
That's
so much better.
Wake up, game devs. That's player retention. That's the real player retention. Is when you got people thinking, what can I do better in your video game to either one, enjoy it more, or do better, or both.
And that's such a good feeling.
Oh my god. And when I do think of those things, and then I think, okay, next time I'm not going to do a wide peek here because I'm going to get fucking opt, right? I'm going to go in this spot and get this angle, and then when I get that nasty headshot, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh.
Yeah, games like Apex, you are not going to learn from a controller player. The only time you learn is from Twitter, movement text. That's exactly why those videos blow up too. It's because a lot of people go to Twitter, go to YouTube to learn guides. They are not going to learn from in-game experience. They cannot, because the people who are killing them, unfortunately, cannot compete if they were given the same circumstances as you.
Well, they're not getting killed by players, they're getting killed by fucking AI.
True, and it's just not fair. But that's also why Twitter is like blowing up. People's movement guides blowing up. It's because it's a lot of information that you can use against those people. But yeah.
Crazy, right?
That also answers Arliss' second question about the sensitivity. That how can someone fast track improvement in games, right? So changing your sensitivity and playing games that you can learn from. not fucking AI aim assist, where
Yeah.
you're just watching somebody get their gameplay for themselves. Yeah.
So look, I'm going to admit, right? So the whole point of this podcast is for people that are on it to speak their mind, get their name out there, maybe
Yep.
reach a new audience, right? But also, this benefits me because I am taking this on board. I'm excited. I've learned a lot already. I'm really keen to get into some games
you're learning
tonight.
from one of the best experiencers. I've been testing. I mean, I just bought a 360 Hz monitor that has a reflex tool in it that's made for
Ooh.
measuring input lag. Right.
Oh.
I just bought this specifically test my performance with slow input lag, high input lag. I've been fucking theorizing out of my asshole. I've been trying different things. I've been trying so much garbage just to see what makes a good player good, what makes a bad player bad, how you can improve as a player, and how to do it organically without being forced everything down your throat. And there's unfortunately a lot of people getting misled. And yeah, it's like with aim coaches and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out the real methods, the real reasons, the real things that will help people improve. Like the 752 thing I'm talking about sensitivity. This will help every single player in the world if they're playing on mouse and keyboard. If you do what I say, go from sensitivity 7 to 5, and then that's your goal, that's 5. You want to go to 5. Go to 2 first, and then go to 5. You'll be a lot better as a player. That is something that will apply to every single human being, unless you have wrist issues and cannot handle the high sensitivity. But that I'm someone with like wrist issues because I used to play on like 4 CM, but I managed to overcome that. And I know some people can't, but I've managed to overcome that through different techniques and methods that worked for me. So I can communicate about that on other people's perspectives. So I won't really talk much about that. But yeah, so if you want to improve as a player, first of all, what's your default sensitivity? What are you playing at right now? You're playing at 40 cm or you're playing at 50 cm. Lower that by like 1.5. So go to 20. Your goal will be like 30 cm. Right? You're going with 30 cm. That's your goal. Okay. Now what do you do to get 30 cm aim faster? You go to 17, 20 cm, and then you go to 30 cm. That's how you get 30 cm aim faster. And then you'll improve as a player because you have more mechanical skill. You're a more skillful player. You're a more skillful individual, and you're someone who put more effort than others into controlling their mice there and all that stuff. So I personally believe 752 is the method I will always recommend to everybody, and it's definitely the thing you should always do if you want to improve faster with aiming. Now, this of course applies to aiming, right? Because I don't know how that will help you with movement. I think it might, maybe.
Movement's
you're
not
gonna
something you
be...
can learn as easy as aiming.
Yeah,
Movement's
exactly.
a whole
So,
different topic.
it
That's
is.
fucking
I'm
hard.
not the one to speak for that. I think you're gonna have to get another guest, another Apex crackhead, to just talk about movement all the time. But
Alright, I'll get fade on.
that's not me. Maybe. I mean, I see this potentially blowing up. It's way better than the stuff I've seen online for podcasts, because this
thank
is
you.
very relevant to a niche community of people who will always look out for the best of the best information out there.
Well, see,
So
that's
if you
the
get the
thing.
right
Like, this is
guests
such a
on,
niche
like-
market, this podcast, and that's
Yeah.
what I was aiming for. I don't want to just be another saturated podcast.
Mm.
Why listen? Like, I don't want to be a podcast where it's like, why listen to this when I can go listen to this high production value one? That's just better.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll
Part
get there.
7. Well, you will. I believe it. I'm very, very happy to be one of the first people in here, because I have, like, once you blow up, and I know it will. If this keeps happening, dude, I know you will, and I know this whole thing will absolutely go up and just be fabulous. I'll be the second guest to ever attend this.
Absolutely.
That's a fucking huge thing. Hell
And
yeah.
you will always, and people can always come back to these episodes. That's the thing.
Yep, that's true.
If
That's
there's
true
a
if
good
you get
podcast,
interested
and
in
I've
that
done this
stuff.
with many podcasts, if there's a good podcast, I go back to the very beginning, even if it's not relevant information. When I started listening to the Drop Shot, it was like episode 30 odd, and they're up at like 260 now. I've listened to every single episode. I even went back and listened to OG ones, like before Warzone came out, like listen to what they wanted from Warzone. Like, that's what happens when you find a good podcast. You want to go back and listen to it all. That's me, at least. I get obsessed.
This will be the Aimers podcast. This will be the absolute Aimers.
Well, it's not just aimers. It's just anyone who I find it interesting that plays first-person shooter games.
That's true. Or sorry, yeah, not Aimers. Just
Also
Krakens.
aimers. Also Krakens and aimers.
Hey, Krakens. I think if you're looking at the Twitter scene, it's most likely Krakens,
Yeah.
Aimers, Crackhead movement players. crackhead contra producers, crackhead energy radon, right? That's the biggest crackhead energy possible.
Oh yeah, I've got to have him on. One day I'd love to have Red on.
Yeah, absolutely biggest W there. The amount of people he'll bring in too, and the amount of memes you'll see. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh god! The chat will not be readable.
I mean,
I wish you luck on that.
Next episode with Baz is going to be a doozy, I reckon.
Oh yep.
Because Baz and I are basically, look, I've heard this before, and I kind of go with it. I'm mini Baz.
Oh, probably.
And I'll take it.
I mean, that's a W in my books. I don't see why that's an L. It's absolutely.
Well, he's one of the reasons why this podcast even exists, because I had a chat to him. This is when I was pretty much interviewing to be an RA Red. It was like, he said, look, you're a good player, but you're a better personality. And that's what I was like, fuck, you're right. I have so much more enjoyment out of making skits than I do actually doing gameplay.
Oh, I did say this to Raze before, actually. When you were getting beat up for Red, I talked before, right? Even Red existed in the first place. I was like, Aussie is such a nice guy. He's so funny. I was like, bro, that guy's such a personality. And I was looking at your clips, and I was like, dude, his tracking's good. His tracking's on par with some members. So like, what's going on? Why is he not in? And he was like, consistency and stuff like that. But I'm saying, dude, I knew you were one of the funniest people on the platform. The shit you tweet was so funny. It's actually one of the motivations behind me starting Twitter is really? Like literally looking at your clip. Yes, I am not kidding. Looking at your clips.
Dude, that, coming from you, that means a fucking lot. Holy shit.
Oh, trust. Oh, trust. Oh,
If
no.
I'm motivating people to do stuff, then I'm winning. I will take that. I appreciate that so much, man. That's made my day. Holy shit.
No, me. I mean, talking to you has made my day, my week, my fucking month. What the fuck?
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck here, right? I was a little bit nervous, not quite nervous, but a little bit like, I've never spoken to this guy in VC before. Like, I hope this isn't rough. This has been a blessing. You and I, this works. I feel like we match energy. This has been fantastic.
I mean, I think you're just genetically different. You're able to match anybody's energy, because I'm one of like untalkable people. Literally, come on my stream, I'll probably talk to you like twice, or not to you, but sorry, but like other people, right? Talk twice, and then I just fucking blank out. I just focus. You're just that good at being a talk host. I think that's what it is. I mean, that's what it is.
I've as I said, I'm more of a personality than a player. Here's a little look. This isn't a show about me. This is a show about you, right? I just wanted to say one thing. Growing up, I couldn't even go to a shop and buy something. I couldn't speak to anyone. I was the quiet kid in school. Couldn't answer a phone. I couldn't do any of it. And then for some reason, one day, and okay, this is gonna sound fucking just dumb.
Yeah.
Right? There's a wrestler. He still wrestles, right? Enzo Amore. Look, there's controversy around him. That's a whole different subject. Okay. This man, Enzo Amore, this little wrestler. He's only a short man. He's only like 5'10". He was a personality. In the ring, it was pretty good. But on the microphone, the cadence, the way he spoke, the confidence, the swagger, that resonated with me so hard. This was only like year 12, which was 5 years ago, right? This is my last year of school. I was just infatuated by the way he spoke.
The fuck?
And I started...
A wrestler?
Huh?
Like a wrestler, dude?
Yeah, a wrestler.
Damn.
Yep. The way he spoke on the microphone, his like interviews, his promos, it resonated with me and it stuck. And I started having this mindset of, I'm not going to speak to people like I'm having a conversation. I'm going to speak to them like I'm cutting a fucking promo. Like I'm ready to fight, almost kind of thing. Not fight, but like, and for some reason I built on that foundation, and I can say, look, I'm patting myself on the back here, honking my own horn. I'm a very confident person, not a cocky person. I'm a confident person.
Yeah,
I could comfortably go up on a stage in front of thousands of people and speak.
Sheesh.
I could do it. I could
never. What the fuck?
Like, okay,
I'd stutter.
This is okay. My last job, one of my older jobs, when I was before I finished school, I worked at a deli at a supermarket, and at nighttime we had to read off this script because we had markdowns on like bain marie, like hot food and stuff. Because after a certain time we'd have to go 50% off because it's been in there for a while, and also we're shutting up.
Yeah.
So everyone I worked with, because we're all like 18, 17, 18, all nervous Nellies, they were like, so people would be like this is intercom over the whole store. They'd be like, we have 50% off in the deli. Come grab yourself dinner. And people would just freeze, right? I can still remember the script. Good evening, customers. We now have 50% off select hot bain marie food down the deli. So come and grab yourself a special for tea. And thank you for shopping at IGA Portland.
That was you?
That was me. I would just blitz it. I actually had a manager come into me, right? Come into the fucking deli and be like, was that you? I'm like, yeah. It's like, that was really good. I was like, it's just how it is. Bill Dippy. Anyway.
Different. He got that dog.
Enough about me.
Okay.
I mean, you put me in a great mood. This has been a fantastic show. I've loved this. This is fantastic. Also, I made it to dox myself there with the IGA Portland part. There's a lot of Portlands. There's many Portlands. There's one in America. Hey, go to that one.
I see. Yeah, maybe Canada has one. I'm not sure.
Canada.
Yeah, maple syrup country. Well, here I'll ask you this question. If you were to run any experiment without morals, what would it be?
Actually, I have no idea. As soon as Alan said that, I'm like, what would be an answer to that?
I got one.
Morals?
I've got one.
Yes, give me the
answer. This is without morals, right? This is without morals.
Give me the answer.
I'm not here. I'm not saying that I will do this. I'm not saying I will ever do this. Right, guys? Warning. This might be triggered because this involves kids, but it would be if you gave a child from birth who has good eyesight, a computer, and high performing hardware and a mouse. How good would they be? How good would they you're forcing them to play the game 24/7, no life, right? They're always gonna keep playing. How good would they be? That is my question.
Point.
I need to know about morals.
Good point. Now this is okay. Look, this isn't a bad thing to say because this is true, right? This is speaking facts, and this is not cultural appropriation, but there are a lot of Asian cultures where the children are heavily influenced by their parents and they become masters in something because from a lot of pressure from parents. Look, this is not cultural appropriation. This is just facts, and it's kind of sad to see. But like you see these 8-year-old kids that are chess grandmasters.
Yeah.
You know what I was doing when I was 8 years old? I was putting coins and dirt in my mouth and spitting at my friends. Okay, big difference there.
It's the same with pianists, right? You see master pianists, those children, oh my god, the stories you would hear after they grew up and get a sense of self-awareness is crazy. They were forced to play 20 hours a day, just 16 hours a day on the piano to become the quote-unquote prodigy.
It's
crazy.
It's just parents living out something they couldn't do.
It's not fair also, but
it's very unfair. And again, I probably shouldn't have said it was just a lot of Asian cultures. It's just everywhere, really.
Yeah, it is. It literally is.
Imagine if you force your kid to play for 20 hours a day on keyboard and mouse. What do they do? What
about morals? What? How fucking cracked would they be?
Holy shit!
Like, would they be able to single carry their whole team?
All right, I'll have a kid.
The next tens in the making, except he's way better. Just absolutely cracked. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, if I did have a child, I would not. Of course, I would not be doing that. I would probably be looking out for their well-being, but depending on their interests, I will do my maximum possible in educating them in a way which will help them do what they love to do. They want to be the best aerospace engineer. I will make sure to provide them with the best tools they can. I'll provide them with thermostats, helio blades, 3D printers, programs, computers. I will try to make sure that they are the best in that field that they want to be good in.
Exactly. That I'm in the
Yeah.
same mindset, dude. I wish I had that growing up. How have you? This might be a bit of a personal question. If you don't want to answer that,
Yeah.
that's fine. But have you had that kind of? Have you been raised like that? Have you been encouraged by your parents to do what you
No,
want to do?
absolutely not. They think gaming is a waste of time. Until I showed them
Yeah.
recently that it's made some income, they were like, "I will literally take away your computer, sell it myself, even though you worked for 7 years, or worked hard, saved up for money for it. I will take it. I will sell it because you're not performing as well in grades. I want you to be an economist. I want you to be a major and stuff like that." But only until recently have they changed their mind, because I've wholeheartedly convinced them that this is a good venture. That I am someone who is able to put my 100% into things I love doing. And so now they're like, this first report card, this will be the biggest time for you. You can get early acceptances into universities. You can do everything you want, but you must have better grades than like 85%. You must be the top of your class in certain subjects, or else we'll be heavily restricting that on you. And that's why I haven't been having any time, or not any time. I've been playing like 2 hours a day. Some days I've been taking breaks and stuff like that. But that's why recently I've had to cut down on my gaming experiences. I would love to do this all the time, but again, I also care about my future. I want to be a computer engineer. I want to mean something to the world, right? Whether it be motivate other people to do what I do in video games and stuff like that. Again, I'm not that good yet. I want to still be insanely consistent, target switching in every single fucking person, everything I see. But until that is actually gonna happen, every game that I play, I'd rather also focus on my career, school career, because I feel like I can make much more of a difference there than
Yeah.
if I were to keep going this right now as it is, because I don't have enough time to put my all into it.
You gotta find a nice healthy balance.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've only just discovered that. I had help from Radon and Basin. They both helped me into setting up like what I want to do in the future, right?
That's good. That's good.
And yeah, it's definitely helped so much. Especially talking with Radon, I managed to schedule my time, and yeah, I mean, you won't be going around schools and shit like that hearing 17-year-olds say they're scheduling their time between
Yeah.
content creation, uploading a video on Twitter every 8 a.m., which has insane standards, something like that. You won't be hearing that from other people. So I'm definitely doing something special.
You definitely
and I'm
are.
very, very proud of that. I am very proud that I'm putting this much effort.
And it's working
right now
too.
I'm trying to find a new balance. It is working, but the past 4 days I haven't been uploading at a fixed schedule. I missed one day. In fact, I'm very pissed off about that. But at one point I just ran out of content and I was not able to produce as much.
Hey,
But
if you want to
by
make content out of this podcast, if you want to take some clips, and you have full free range, dude. If you want to take
Sounds
some snippets out of this and add it to your videos, you go ahead.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm planning on doing a target switching video, like a how to target switch in every single game you play video. I'll be going over 752.
I'll be watching
I'm still
that.
writing. I'm still at the stage of gathering what I want to talk about right now.
Yep.
But I will probably, once I have free time this weekend, start writing on the script. I really don't want to say something and not do it. So that's why I'm saying probably, but I really want to do that.
Awesome. That sounds really good. Also, I just want to mention. Look, I'm sorry that you have that kind of parenthood, because I had the exact same as well.
I'm grateful.
You grateful?
Yeah, I'm grateful for my parents. They raised me very well. I'm not. I just that they believed what they believe is absolute truth, and that's the same for every single person in the world. Their opinions, right, are their opinions, and they will always believe their opinions, and stuff like that, right? So until I proved them that this is an actual thing, because they had no idea what the whole gaming scene was, and it's not them to blame because they never got interested in that. I'm the one who is the first out of my entire generation, my past 7 generations, who's getting into this stuff. So it's not their fault that they didn't know anything about this. But until I proved them recently that this is actually a worthwhile endeavor, they weren't on board, and that makes sense. So I'm extremely grateful for being raised in a home. Right, I'm not living in like an apartment, and we're not like do rent every month. I'm extremely grateful for that, and I'm very, very lucky. I'm probably one of the top like 20 percentiles to have this much chance, and so that's why I'm gonna make sure to put my 100% in everything I do, so that I do not disappoint them. I do not want to disappoint them.
That is awesome. Look, I apologize for the way I phrased what I said. I was in no way saying that your parents did a bad job. I agree with you. Because this now I've got 2 points to agree with you with. You said, like, okay, first of all, you're very grateful for your parents, the way you were raised.
Yep.
Same, because I understand that wholeheartedly, because I was raised right too. I was very fortunate to go to the school I wanted to go to get the things I wanted. Obviously I have to work for them, but I was in a very fortunate situation. But also, I had things I loved to do that my dad did not want me to do. My dad's very old school. He's on the older side. He's like 60, 67. I'm only 22, so he's 67, so he had me quite late. But he's very old school, camping, fishing. He obviously really wanted a son that wanted to do all that. And I love my dad to death. He's done so much for me. He's raised me so well. I would not be where I am right now without my dad. Obviously, duh. But like, he was a single father for the longest time. I love my dad to death. He's done everything for me. But he never really understood what I wanted to do until recently. Like, I was at the point, like, I had a stepmom early on in my teens, and they divorced a while ago. That's a personal story. No one cares.
Yeah.
I loved Minecraft, obviously. 2012, 2013, Minecraft at its peak. I played that non-stop. I formed friendships. I was on TeamSpeak. I was like admins on servers. It was awesome.
PvP servers.
Awesome. I loved it. I was building friendships, forming relationships, all that shit.
Yeah.
And hey, I did that on keyboard and mouse. So imagine where I'd be right now if I kept playing it, which is what I'm about to get into. My parents are like, okay, no, that's enough. You've had enough, and banned it. Took it away. I had parents like that. That took away because they didn't want me to do it. They didn't think that was worth my time. But it was. Anyway. So, look. Okay. I apologize. We're going off on a tangent that shouldn't be going off on.
No.
But, like...
This is awesome to talk about. No.
Yeah, like, I feel like you and I can relate in that department. We have great parents.
Absolutely,
that have provided a lot for us, raised us right, but have also been a little bit standoffish with what we want to do.
That's true.
And which brings to the point. Okay, to answer your question, Alice, if we had no morals, we'd be raising our kids to fucking be keyboard and mouse gamers.
Yeah, no, I would teach my kid how to frog glide. Absolutely, that's all.
What is frog gliding? Also, thank you for the follow.
It's a secret technique. It's the real Salsh. It's the bread gang guy. He's basically Skeet's like cousin, like clone.
Yep, I know now. I knew the name rang a bell. Rang a bell.
Yep.
Ring a bell. Rang a bell.
I think he's the better clone though because he's more active than Skeet.
Oh.
But he's still a clone. Salsh, what do you got to say about that?
Who the fuck is Skeet?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe we just went off that tangent. Viewers, listeners, sorry if that made no sense. I had a point to make and I fucking fumbled it. I lost the track of what I was saying. It was
I don't even know what. I mean, if I didn't know, they probably didn't know.
Look, we're having a conversation. That's what matters. That's
exactly. Aussiemenace looks so fucking absolutely. Yeah, I told you, most charming man in all of OCE. Nobody can beat this man.
Look at my mullet.
Nobody.
Look at this. Short on top.
Oh yeah.
Cut sides. Oh.
The shorts.
I cut this myself.
Woo!
I literally did. I cut my own hair. I'm built different.
Built absolutely.
All right. We're running low on time, so there's just two more things I want to talk about. First of all, what the fuck is frog gliding? Because now I'm curious.
Secret movement technique. Salsh developed. He probably won't ever reveal it until 2023. I think he said.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he said 2023.
What exactly, is it? What is he? What is?
I don't know. It's coming soon.
Not how to do it, but like, what does it look like?
I don't know. I still don't know. I know. All I know is it's coming 2023.
What the fuck? Okay, well, stay tuned for that. I'm lost. I'm baffled. I've been thrown in the blender.
No, you should be. This is absolutely world breaking news.
Oh my god!
The fact it's coming 2023 is absolutely insane. Anyway, like it's just crazy.
Holy shit! Imagine gatekeeping a movement technique for that long.
Oh yeah, and he's never used it in game too, but he is. It's there.
Oh my god!
It's there.
That's gonna be a disaster, or that's probably gonna be a disaster.
No, probably the best thing to come to this world.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. No, I just got a question that I just asked. Why is Bruhskey French?
What?
Have you seen that on Twitter?
Uh,
Koi asked that. Why is Bruhskey French?
Let me go full screen here.
Well, funny thing is, have you seen what's happened to me recently about Fugu FPS? My recent like rates or no?
I don't think so.
I was rated by the biggest Apex French streamer in
Oh my
all of
God.
Apex. Yeah, Fugu FPS. Absolutely G. Such a nice guy. Literally the best energy I've ever seen out of any streamer. Right?
Love it.
Before 2 weeks ago, I did not speak a single word of French in my streams. Nothing of the sort. I did not speak French. I did not mention it. I mentioned like French was my native language and stuff like that to other people, but they were like, what? Right?
Oui, oui.
They thought I was Québécois. But then until he rated me, which by the way, it's the funniest story. Not funny, but it's the most coincidental story. He accidentally found the 21 kill 4K damage game on YouTube recommended.
Oh.
He clicks on it because of that first clip with the Spitfire. He saved the video to watch later and reacted to it on stream 2 days later.
Oh, that's huge.
It was huge. And the guy was at 2,000 viewers while watching.
Oh my God.
It was absolutely insane. And so he came into the stream, rated me while I was playing Shadowland. I kind of wish I was playing Apex at that time because I'd have been able to retain viewership for longer. But the fact that I was rated by someone 2,000 viewers is absolutely
massive.
nuts. That is so big. And I was just stood there. I was fucking flabbergasted. Couldn't even speak. I was thanking the guy 16,000 times as my notifications was being spammed. I could not hear what the fuck was going on. My PC froze like 3 times because I have redemption rewards for $10. You can scream yippee. You can put a shit on the screen, cat jam. I was dying, and it was so good. And
that's awesome. That is so awesome.
I've kept people over 2 weeks since then because I've switched my my streams to French and English. I've become a bilingual streamer, and that's something I think I'm one of the first bilingual streamers for all of Apex, which is awesome. Absolutely
I love
awesome.
It. Awesome, dude. You're on the up. You're going to blow up in 2023. I
hope
can call
so.
it.
If I find right now the perfect balance between aiming, my perfect sensitivity, and school, I do not care how long it'll take, but I will make it. I don't care. I'm confident to say this. It will happen. It will happen. I got so many people's hopes on me.
Here's something you need to capitalize on. Look, I'm not the most. I'm not a guy that should be giving out streaming advice, content creation advice, right? I'm not huge, okay?
Yeah.
But I do have one thing to say that you need to capitalize on. You have a great personality. You need to highlight that more because I'll keep it real, right? As I said at the start of this point before, I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't know, we've never had a conversation before.
Yeah.
I haven't actually heard you speak much. Holy shit. You have a great personality. I'm not just saying that because you're my guest. I'm saying that genuinely. You have an excellent personality and you need to build on that. Because one thing I've mentioned countless times, I don't care how good you are. If you're, thank you for the gifted. Dude, I can't believe we got that. Oh my God, man. That's not interesting. I don't want to watch someone that just speaks in a fucking C minor. I want someone who has... You have an excellent personality. You need to build on that. You need to highlight that more. And trust me, that's going to be fucking huge for you. Huge.
I will try my best. That's never been my key point. I've always been more like aim first, think second, right? Until recently I got a mic. I used to not even speak in my streams. I just say hello to certain people. Because I used to average 1 viewer, 2 viewers. Now I average 10, 20. And it's like...
Which is actually huge. People don't realize how huge that is.
Yeah, it's insane. People are watching. They're paying attention to me right now. I'm getting attention from people. People are looking out for me. What I need to do, provide them with something that'll keep them entertained.
Yep.
My aim, not consistent enough right now. I'm
it's fucking great.
I'm not able to do everything I can, right? But if I were to work on my personality and like how I speak to other people, I might be able to become someone who's friendly enough to speak with others, engage in conversations for a long amount of time, and that's probably better than aiming if I'm able to pull that off because people will feel more welcome. They're not gonna look at me as some freak of nature who's target switching in every game, right? I don't want to be that fucking zoo display creature. I just want to be someone who you can talk to, chill with.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
And like, I could just go between dozens of streams of aiming Apex players, and none of them will reel me in because there's just so much. Like, there's such a saturated kind of market where like, oh, this guy's insane at Apex. Oh, so is this guy. Oh, I'm gonna watch this guy because he's live. I'm not gonna come back. Like, if he's not live, I'll go somewhere else. But you know, if you've got a good personality, go with it. Like, oh shit, Bruhskey's live. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna stop by. And even if there's other like 20 other aimers live, you're gonna stay at Bruhskey's channel because he's reeling me in. He's keeping me locked in.
Yeah, I guess one of my inspirations for all this is Radon, right? His personality.
Oh, dude,
Oh
same,
my God.
same. Raiden, oh my
Crazy.
God, I've taken a lot of inspiration from Raiden.
Yeah.
Blended Raiden, Baz, and myself, and like meshed it into one big thing. I think it's working.
It is working, yes.
Like my Twitter's kind of going crazy at the moment, and so is yours. Like,
What's going on?
What? What happened?
Wait, what's happening with Twitter?
Oh shit! I mean, like my Twitter growth is huge at the moment, and so is yours. Like I've been following you for would be like probably a couple of years now.
Yeah,
you used to have
definitely.
like just like 100,
EXE
200
days.
followers. EXE days, yeah. Like you had a
Yeah.
couple hundred. Now you're in like let me have a look at this. Search Bruhskey, Bruhskey.
Brush my hair.
1,400 followers. As I said, your pinned tweet,
Yeah.
3,300 likes, 93,000 views.
Crazy.
You're hitting the algorithm. People are starting to fucking figure out, oh my God, this guy's nuts. And yeah, big things are coming for you in 2023, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be trying my best. I've given up on the idea of giving up on this idea. That's what I'm working on. I've gotten tired
Excellent.
of being tired, so I want to put my all into it. I had a couple bad days yesterday and the day before where I couldn't focus properly in my aim and stuff like that in games because I was really struggling at school and I was like working really hard. So
That's
now
all right, man.
I'm
We're
giving
only
up on giving
human.
up.
We're only human.
That's true. I guess what I really wanted to do was keep that 8 a.m. upload every single day. That's really want to do. Kind of feel that made me really sad. But I'm learning from that actually because it's helping me figure out better upload times. I figured out that 8 a.m. is definitely the best time for my audience because it's 35 for 40% Japanese and 8 a.m. for us is 8 p.m. for them. That's like when they're
Perfect
asleep
time.
on their bed. Yeah, but if I really want to grow any further, I'm going to reach into other audiences by using Twitter algorithm. Where Twitter algorithm will push my tweets
Yes.
at Japanese time zones and other people's time zones across the world. So what I'm thinking of is noon. But school is at noon, right? So I have to schedule the tweets beforehand, the day before. That requires me to get content 2 days before at the very least, and it's very hard to keep up with. So right now I'm figuring out a schedule and what I want to do with my Twitter. So I'm probably thinking one clip a week and a couple clips throughout the week, and that's what I want to do. But if I really want to grow, I have to do that constant 8 a.m. every single day thing.
Yeah.
If I want to have
Consistency is
exposure.
key.
Yeah.
Do you do short form content like TikTok and YouTube Shorts?
I've just finished my first TikTok video. I'm still adding clips into it, but
You
I worked with
watch
Fugu on this.
yourself explode when those hit the algorithm.
I hope so. I mean, I could share the file with you after it's done being edited.
Absolutely.
If you really want to.
I'm keen on
And
that.
have your opinion on it because I'm trying out a different style for the TikToks. I mean, I'm doing
dude.
the top hand cam and then the bottom gameplay thing.
Yep.
Using
Awesome.
the same like cropping and stuff like that. But that's all
Yeah.
thanks to Fugu. He's the one who's motivating me into getting into TikTok and stuff like that.
Huge.
He's like,
I need to
"You
start
do
making
what,
short form
that."
content on these podcasts. I'm gonna maybe do some of those this weekend from McBango's episode, and then this one is of course, because yeah,
752?
TikTok is huge for growth.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do
it
little
does
clips
seem
from
like
the
it.
podcast. I reckon it'll be awesome.
I believe it could be absolutely insane for me because I feel like target switching is very like different for Apex. My biggest problem is I'm scared that my first tweet doesn't do anything much because that'll really hit me hard in the feelings.
Nah, you gotta expect that.
I,
That's normal.
I know,
You gotta
but
push.
I'm gonna basically be putting the best of the best stuff I've hit in Apex Legends in that first TikTok. If it doesn't blow up, and
So,
it
man.
reaches like 3,000 people, those 3,000 people will have seen that before.
Look,
They won't be
I'm
as impressed if I repost it.
I'm telling you right now. Okay, don't your first TikTok will not explode. Like I'm just like I'm not being mean. I'm just saying that like there's a 99% chance it won't explode and it won't go off, and that is completely and utterly fine. Because like the few hundred that will see that's already a few hundred eyes. Because I can guarantee you, like a few hundred people will see it. Like I put TikToks up in the past and like 300 views, 600 views. That's more eyes. That's 300 to 600 more eyes on your product that weren't there before, which is a lot. And trust me, put some out, you'll get consistent few hundred, and then boom, it will just explode. It will happen like that. You need to be consistent. You need to have faith in yourself. And patience.
That's all right. I'll try my best. I will try to become consistent. Consistency is something I'm very, 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 very struggling with right now. For the past like 3 weeks, I've been absolutely consistent, but the last week has been very bad for me. Because I after school has just started hitting really hard, I've kind of lost my flow. Right, I used to wake up at noon in the summer. I used to wake up at noon, play a little bit of like target switching in the firing range, play a little bit of like watch a little bit of YouTube videos, sit on my PC for a while, warm my hands up, get ready. I don't have the time for that anymore.
Yeah.
I have to think about school while playing. I have that whole all that stuff playing. But
I'm
this
the
will
same
help
way.
me become a better person. Yeah, it'll help me become a more performing person, a more efficient person. And that this will help me overall in my long goal because I'm able to manage multiple things at once. It might make me
and
go
if you have something
crazy.
to work on, then you
Yeah.
have more.
Sure.
Yeah, you're in better mood. Really, you're more excited to play games because you're working towards something, which will make you better. I mean, here's many times Bruhskey like, "Oh, do this to make yourself better." That sounds stupid, right? Listen to me. Listen to me. You're way better in every single way. And I'm telling you what to do. That's not. But you know where I'm coming from, don't you?
No, I do, and I think even if I wasn't, or if you were, like if I were to be better at certain things, I'm not a Mr. Know-it-all. I don't know anything like more than you when it comes to life experiences. So hearing it for someone that's mature, someone that's actually old enough, has like the real life experience, makes me feel better about myself. It makes me want to work harder. So
Good.
the only thing you're doing is literally just helping me right now. There's no negative effects, and I thank you
Awesome.
so much for that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that feedback. You know, I'm 22. I've had a bit of a life experience. You know, I can say what, like, you know, when it comes to psychology, I've never studied that, but like, you know, I understand what to do to make yourself better in certain situations, kind of thing. Like, you know, you need to one thing. Like, I never had, especially at your age, 17. I was not patient. Definitely not patient. I wish someone had told me the importance of patience because it is so key, dude. Like, here's a bit of a life experience. I'll make this like I'll say this as quick as I can. Right, moved out away from my hometown that I lived at for 20 years. Moved away, started concreting, and it was just a full-time job. It wasn't going anywhere. I did it through an employment agency, and I wanted something bigger, but there was no opportunity. So I was patient. I just kept working hard, and I got noticed by my employment agency, and they gave me a massive opportunity to do a engineering course and welding.
Ooh.
And I did that, and I did it. I completed my certificate 2 in engineering, and then I kept working, kept being patient, and waited for it to pay off. Got offered an apprenticeship in fabrication engineering, which I'm currently doing. So patience, and hard work.
That's nice, man.
And
Awesome. Very proud to hear
if you're
that,
patient and you
honestly.
work hard and you apply yourself, things will come your way. I can promise you.
I mean, that sounds insane. You're like an engineer basically now. You're able to.
So they call it Boilermaker. So basically, I read blueprints and I build what's in the blueprints, and I also draw things up.
Oh,
shit like that.
That's very technical though. That requires a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, right? It's a lot of brain power being used. A lot of physical effort too. Like I'm welding 8-9 hours a day. Gets a bit exhausting, but like
it's very dangerous too. You could go blind, right?
Well, no, I've got like a very, very expensive technical helmet that is impossible for any UV to get through. And it's the safety parameters are very, very big, especially the company I work at, which I'm very fortunate for.
Nice. Yeah. Even better. You
anyway,
to learn and improve. Yeah.
That's a bit of a tangent about myself. Again, I don't mean to go on tangents about myself. This is not a podcast
this is
about
great
me.
for me. I know you as a friend, and I'm able to know you even more. This is absolutely awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, like as I said, just be patient and things will come your way. Promise.
Sounds good. I will.
Young King.
I will try.
Things will come your way.
Thank you. Oh,
anyway, it's been a 2-hour podcast. Holy fuck, that
really
blown by.
How long was McBangers?
An hour 40.
I was surprised we were able to make it so long with like a few topics.
And that's I as I said to you, only a few little things, but you build on those things, and next thing you know, 2 hours of great conversation. Like, I'm blown away by how successful this episode has been. This has been so much fun. I didn't even main Apex, and now I'm obsessed. I've been watching your videos over and over again. This podcast, so Like, again, like,
thank you for the views.
Fubukirai has said, like, awesome podcast, learned a lot. So have I.
Oh,
So have I. I'm so excited to apply everything you've taught me.
absolutely no.
I'm
And if
keen.
you have any questions, any questions, you guys can DM me on Twitter, request a DM, or add me, or join my Discord specifically. If you go to my Twitch channel and you do exclamation Discord, you can join. I will literally do my best to help you in terms of aiming. I don't care, because as I help you, I help myself as well. I can tune into what I want to educate others, and my end goal is still to motivate others, right? It will always be. I hope so. I hope I never change as a person. And helping tune what I need to teach others will help me achieve my dream. So if you have any questions, come to my stream, come to my Discord, come to anything that I own in terms of social media, and I will literally help you. I will try my best to help you. Sometimes I might not have the time to do everything possible, which sucks, but I will try my best. And yes, honestly, if you have any questions about Apex and stuff like that, you want to play, you want to have a routine into how to get better and stuff like that, I have a couple tips and tricks, right? Like little websites that will help you get accustomed to high sensitivity faster and stuff like that. So absolutely no.
Awesome, man.
There's
I
no issue.
really appreciate that. You have such a healthy mindset, and it's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Oh well.
Last little thing. Plug away your socials. Get your name out there.
It's just Bruhskey. I'm one of the few who only have Bruhskey on every single platform. Every platform. Linktree, social Discord, Twitter, all that stuff. Twitter, Bruhskey. Just Bruhskey. Bruhskey. It's not Bruhskey, it's Bruhskey. Please.
Bruhskey.
I had to put Bruhskey as a tag in my Twitch streams because a lot of people kept typing it up. I mean, I saw 3 people share the screen, try to go to my Twitch channel and type Bruhskey instead of Bruhskey, even though I was in the same Discord call with them and they were listening to me.
That's
speak.
hilarious.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah, everyone, go ahead, go Twitter, brain fart. Whoops. Twitter, Twitch, everywhere. Just search Bruhskey. You'll find him. I cannot recommend him enough. Insane player, great personality, big things are coming his way next year. I can promise you. He's already growing insane. He's hit the algorithm on Twitter. When I actually announced him for the podcast, he said, and I completely understood, he doesn't want to quite retweet it yet because he was in the middle of hitting the fucking algorithm. And within like 10 minutes, he had 300 likes on something or something crazy like that. So I was like, hey, I can respect that.
I had to tell this to many people too. Like I had to tell a lot of my friends that I'm unfortunately not going to be able to retweet your stuff. I will in the future once I hit algorithm to a point where I will have a constant follower base. But I'm not able to do that right now because every single time I tweet, I have about a 16-hour time window, and if I don't reach a certain like and follower goal, like and view goal, unfortunately it does not hit our algorithm, and then I have to go to the next tweet. I'm trying very, very, very hard to figure out the Twitter algorithm, and I have a bunch of tips to give people who want to get into it, but I kind of want to gatekeep the information because it's some of the nicest stuff, and it's only applicable to certain people.
I might have to pinch those tips.
I mean, if you have clips that are either funny, very, very funny, right? Game-breaking bugs, or insane gameplay, I can give you tips and upload times, rendering settings, who you need to follow, which tags you need to put, tags you need to follow on Twitter, and what hubs you communicate in. That will literally make you hit algorithm 90% of the time.
I haven't thought of any of that. Holy shit.
There's just a big thing with Twitter. And
oh my god.
Algorithm. No, there's a bunch of stuff.
He's the man. He knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take pride in that. I've researched a lot.
The algorithm
I'm about to pay like $8 a month for a Hootsuite, which gives you in-depth analysis, like where people are from, who's watching you, and stuff like that. Because I really need that to grow further. But yeah, no, that's about it. Literally.
Awesome. Again, everyone, get around him, follow him, show him some love. Go to subscribe to him on Twitch. Gift him 100 subs. Gift him just 20,000 bits.
I'd be down for that if you're able to do that, guys. Absolutely, please. I have to reach the sub goal if I want to keep the 360 years because this is a lot of money spent.
There you go.
But yeah.
Everyone, I hope you enjoyed listening, watching, whatever platform you're on. Follow my socials as well at Aussiemenace TTV for my personal account on Twitter. That's where the fun is. For the business side of things, at FPCS Podcast on Twitter. Obviously on Twitch, twitch.tv/Aussiemenace is where this gets streamed live every Saturday for me, which is AEST, which is Friday night. But that will probably be changing to Sundays for me because I like to work on Saturdays for that overtime, give me that fucking money. And for the next 4 weeks, kind of booked out. But hey, we'll figure it out. So get around all those socials. Again, I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million times more. Bruhskey everywhere. Bruhskey. Everywhere.
Thank you.
He's the man. He's very intelligent, insane player, awesome person. Again, thank you everyone for listening. Bruhskey, are you going to be streaming after this?
Yeah, most likely. I will most likely be streaming right now.
Well, if you want to get your stream started now, I can raid you after the podcast ends. How about that? I've only got 4 viewers, but hey, that's some people.
Hey, I mean, if you could host, that would work.
That works.
I'm
Awesome.
hosting you right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I've been. I think we had like Mo come in through that and stuff like that. So it's pretty good.
That's awesome. Much appreciated, man.
Hey, no problem. Sorry for taking more than an hour.
No,
You're running late,
no,
aren't you?
absolutely not. No. As I said, there was
No?
no time limit. I'm glad this went on for as long as it did because this has been a blast. A blast.
Thank you.
I have to have you on again at some point. Absolutely.
I'm down any day, honestly.
I can almost guarantee it. Listeners, viewers, we will have Bruhskey again on in the future. Absolutely.
I honestly want to also have more people to speak about, like more people asking questions in the chat because I really want to help others with like certain things and aiming and stuff like that. So I would definitely be down to be in this as well in the
Hell
future,
yeah.
and even the next podcast if Basin wants to have like an extra guest or you have someone another aimer stuff like that. I'm down. I'm anything literally.
I'm actually starting to think of the idea of having multiple guests on at the same time that are like related in some way.
Okay.
Little teaser there. There will be double guests in the future. Okay, so keep an eye out for that.
Sounds good.
Anyway, again, at Aussiemenace TTV, at FPCS Podcast, and more importantly, at Bruhskey, BHRUHSKEY. Sorry, I had a little brain fart. Go follow him.
Oh,
and a million times. I'm starting to sound like a broken record here. But everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. It means the world to me. Have an excellent evening. Love you all. Peace out.
Later.